see. Let me get some music going so we can test sound.
I see the screen. Oh. I love Castlevania.
All right, people should be able to hear us. Hi, chat. We're just getting set up here.
What's good, chat? What's going on? How are we cooking? What's going on?
John's piloting the stream because my internet's been somewhat spotty the last few days. Getting looked at on Monday. Firehair knows. Firehair remembers how my stream went on the Monday, which is annoying.
In the server all the time. Almost kick the butt out of the server because of
Green Thumb says, "Hello from Chatooine." I like that.
Oh, it's funny. Cute. How many sons do you have in Chatooine?
Yeah. Oh, it's like Tatooine, but in chat. I understand.
Yeah.
This is like a Star Wars reference, I think. For
listening to a podcast, not an audiobook, just talking about binary systems. What's this watch stream thing?
Binary.
Oh, interesting.
That's a system with 2 stars.
I don't need to watch this.
You need to watch what I'm sending you.
Why?
So you can get the music and like the podcast music and the spreadsheet.
Okay.
Cool. And then let me go into YouTube and grab our intro and outro.
Intro, outro. Grab it from the YouTubes. Save as a draft. Love it. I'm gonna boost you, Troshan. Yeah,
okay, boost me real good.
Look at that. The Game of the Year thing sold out. That's nice. I mean, bad if you weren't able to get a ticket, but I'm nice people cared.
Oh,
wow, and I thought we were dying. I thought no one cared about Giant Plum anymore. That's so strange.
Well, it's only like 50 people that are gonna be there, so...
Mike is a tad quiet compared to Sean.
You need to chill, because...
Why?
You look like a fool, brother.
Why do I look like a fool?
Because it's not a lot. It's not a lot of.
Christian, do you ever just look on the bright side of things? You ever once are just like, yeah, that's great. You're like, well, there's not room for many people, so actually maybe Giant Bomb does suck. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Y'all still think he's
quiet? What are you
quiet?
talking about? Who would do that? What's wrong with you?
Argentina just lost the match.
Apparently.
Okay, I was right. I did have it dialed in correctly. I thought so. We just need a real Mikey take there. All right.
Oh yeah. I was a little chill for a bit there. Never mind. Sean likes to do that.
Because
I don't know. I get weird when people celebrate shit.
You'd be like that person who like wins the lottery. He's like, yeah, but I'm going to like give a bunch of it away in taxes. Like, yeah, well, you still have $1 million.
No, I would never be that person.
A little more juice I could still use. Can you wear the Disney medals tonight? They're a pretty heavy burden. I got my new Avatar shirt on, everybody, though. So look forward to that.
I'm looking at the levels. I think this is all I'm willing to give you, juice-wise.
I could raise my game a little more.
No. You should be fine.
How does it sound, chat? Does it sound good enough? Let me know.
Yeah.
Chat, once and for all. Let me be honest. If I need a bit more juice, personally, all good now.
Good. Okay. Perfect.
Good. Okay.
Address Firehair. He's here like every week.
That's good. Thank you. Right. Yes.
See, I need to go into studio and find no more juice in my key. Perfect.
Nice there. I don't think I've ever seen a full episode of Last Airbender, but I did see that movie for some reason, and I didn't want to.
What is
you're
wrong with you?
I don't know. People were going like, we're gonna go see this. I was like, yeah, whatever.
Oh my god.
And it wasn't very good.
Shocker.
Yeah.
Oh no shit. Yeah. They're making that live action show now.
Yeah. Cool.
I guess. I don't know. The One Piece live action show is pretty fucking good.
If you say so.
Pretty fucking good. Everybody's hot in that show. They made every One Piece character hot.
Except for Nami in a bizarre twist.
What? How do you know Nami?
How do I know her?
Oh, you know how Mike knows Nami.
Yeah, it's a mystery. I leave that to your imagination.
course, he's only going to know Nami.
I know Nico Robin.
Of course,
Oh my
he's gonna know
God.
Nico Robin as well.
Yeah,
And
man.
there's a guy who looks like a skeleton for some reason. And then there's Luffy the monkey or whatever.
Luffy the monkey.
Exactly.
Oh my God. All right, let's
Luffy
see.
the monkey.
I need to
man.
hide my stream.
Mike ain't meeting the allegation, that's for sure. Yep.
Luffy the monkey and Frankie the skeleton.
Is that I don't know about okay.
Oh, Frankie's the other guy.
Let's see.
It's just Luffy.
Yeah, Frankie's the
Frankie's the
It's
cyborg.
Luffy, first of all, by the way.
Wow.
yes, Luffy.
Luffy. I thought it was like
No,
Luffy.
Luffy.
Luffy
Monkey D.
the
Luffy.
monkey.
Monkey D. Monkey
Yep.
of Luffy.
Monkey D. Luffy.
All right. And they're the straw hat pirates.
Luffy,
That's it.
Yes.
Yes,
all right. Everyone should be able to
Yeah, I know
hear
some
this.
Mugiwara.
How is this in relation to Mike? Is what I need to know because he's gonna be
How's
entering the show.
The music of Mike Minotti saying, "Hi, welcome to the show. It's here to talk about anime, which I know a lot about. I'm Mike Minotti, your anime expert today. Joining me is a guy who knows nothing about anime, especially the women in it.
Hi, that's me. I don't know
good.
anything about anime.
Sounds good. Okay, perfect. So I'll
Alright.
keep that at 100%, and then that'll be 100%.
Yeah, it's the will of D.
Hit that thumbs up button if you love anime as much as I do.
You know how much Mike
No.
Minotti loves anime. If you love anime
No.
more than Mike Minotti, hit that thumbs up.
All right.
I
Well,
cried
that's
today
not
watching
possible.
anime. That's how much I
Not
love anime.
possible.
Okay.
I was like, oh, what is this?
B says drop
is
it.
this
at
salty
touch.
discharge?
Okay.
It's okay.
Drop it. at
Enemy
touch.
mouse. That's by design.
You
I'm
know,
like
you
the
know how, it
producer. You shouldn't be able to even hear me.
doesn't have to be perfect, Sean.
Well, okay. Don't worry. I won't finish that thought. I think we're good. I
Yeah,
think
this is
we're
a Jeff
good.
Grubb podcast. Come on.
I know, but I'm the perfectionist around here. Okay,
All right, well,
I gotta get things right, or I'm gonna stay up at
it's
night.
all good.
Okay,
good.
we good? Everybody
We're good.
We're good. Okay,
We're good.
I'm gonna play the music. Then, Mike, you know where to come in there. You know where to.
Yeah, I've done this show a couple times.
I know, and you do it
You
wrong
make
every
fun
time
of me.
I do it with you.
Nope.
All right, well, let's get rolling in 5, 4, 3.
It's the internet. You're busy. Let's do this. Welcome to the Game Mess Decides podcast. This is the podcast where we decide everything about the world of games so you don't have to think for yourself. I'm your host. Look at me. I'm the host now, Mike Minotti, and with me is...
Sean McDowell.
In this episode of Suicide Squad, good now? Did you get to pre-order an OLED Steam Deck, everybody? And we're going to figure out the best game of 2007. Yes, everybody, Jeff is not here. Kind of a last-minute thing. One of the gimmicks is sick. He has to take care of her. So, sorry about that, but also, you're welcome. How's it going, Sean?
Oh, it's going good, Mike. I've been hella busy with a whole bunch of stuff, and I would do nothing else right now than podcast with you. Tell you what.
Yeah, it's good. I'm glad we're still able to do this. It's a busy week. I'm leaving tomorrow to go to Minneapolis to hang out with Dan Riker, Jeff Grubb, and the Windbag.
And an apple.
No, not even as a funny joke. We're not doing any apple.
To be
business
clear,
over there.
I keep forgetting to tell you this, Mike. I'll just tell you live on air. The apple has literally nothing to do with you. It's for a giant bomb project separate from that. You're safe from the
What?
apple.
What are you talking about?
We're doing a thing with an apple. Don't worry about
What
it.
do you mean you're doing it? What kind of thing?
We're doing a thing, you know?
I don't
mean,
like this.
It's a
I was-
it's a me project, if you know what that means. So yeah,
I was not advised about any Apple doings.
'Cause it has nothing to do with you. Yeah.
Hey, look, there's
see?
Jeff in chat. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Don't worry
He
about it.
said-
Jeff knows what it's for.
Here it is. Jeff, did you retweet the? You can still tweet about the podcast. We can still put you to work a little bit. You're on your phone right now. Come on. Hey Jeff, how's it going? I hope the gimmick's feeling better. All right, Jeff, Sean, whatever the hell, we got some things to talk about today.
Mike, can you see the rundown?
I have a rundown open,
I'm just
but
saying,
I'm gonna pick and choose whatever I want.
Would like to tell people where they can get more from you and Jeff and me.
Oh, you want me to do all of that? Yeah, I don't.
Credits.
I know. I forgot that Jeff has like 6 other paragraphs after the intro. You can get more from Jeff, Sean, and all these people by joining the Discord at GameS.net. Please give us a good rating wherever you are listening. Hit that like button on YouTube, or else the other gimmick will get sick. If you want to ask a question, you can drop a super chat during the show on YouTube. Thanks to Carlos Ayin, who is insane the rain music on YouTube, for the use of our theme song. Thanks to One vs. CP for our artwork. We are on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, where our pods are caught. Thank you to the mods. You can support us by going to patreon.com/GameS. Gives you access to GameS Jeopardy, monthly Q&A, GameS Game Club, and Columbros, which is also going to be a little bit later this month because of the sick gimmick. Sorry about that, everybody. But the way it is busy. We got this. We have the Game of the Year stuff happening very soon.
Yeah.
The beginning of December, I'm traveling for the Game Awards and all of the. I have Game Awards. GamesBeat's doing kind of like a mini one of our events, which are very business oriented. During that also, and then there's also the Giant Bomb stuff. So I have a lot going on in LA, and it's I'm gonna be there during my birthday. The sacrifices I have to make for this industry. My dedication is pretty astounding.
If only people celebrate it with Mike. I don't know.
If only, yeah, right. I'll be all alone, all by myself. But no, it's going to be fun. And then when I get home, I'm going to be in super Christmas mode for the rest of the year. But I will say, this gives me less time to finish a couple of games than I thought. Yeah. I barely started Alan Wake 2 because I wanted to stream it and my internet's been bad this week, and so I just barely started that, and I got Final Fantasy 16. I gotta beat that now before I leave. And I might be going to LA even earlier for another thing I can't talk about, so I might be leaving by the 3rd. So I am running out of time. So I gotta get on that. How about you though? Is there any games that you're really focusing on trying to finish before kind of the end of the year, or before the time Game of the Year stuff starts?
Before end of the year, man, I wanted to finish Baldur's Gate 3, but there is not a chance in hell that is happening.
I'm glad I prioritized that one last month, because I knew that's probably the most important one for me to finish. Yeah. So I just really made that front and center and kind of got through that one. Winter break is always RPG season for me, so that's why I'll take care of that. I'll finally fire up Octopath and a bunch of other stuff. I think the one I want to play before the year is done, maybe in the next couple of weeks here and everything, once if I'm involved with any Game of the Year talks, I do want to get to Resident Evil 4, Mike. I probably will fire that up, because that'll also be a quick game overall. You know what? Probably it's breezy.
15. 12, 15?
Probably your first playthrough, probably 15 hours. Yeah.
Because I'm familiar with the original, so at the very least I would know the broad strokes of what happens next. So yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
You know what's, even though I know we're doing the kind of Giant Bomb Game of the Year a little bit earlier in the years, because we're all going to be together for the Game Awards. Mm-hmm. The Game Best Decides Game of the Year can be more of a traditional very early January one, actually. Then
and I did have someone
a little bit more time.
I did have someone ask about it. That probably will be our topic of the week thing that we do with the community and everything like that. So if you want to get involved with that, that's probably what the community segment will be once that time of the year starts rolling around.
All right, let's get into some of these news topics of the week. Suicide Squad is back, Jack. They have released their first Suicide Squad Insider video. This one focusing on story and gameplay. A bit of a re-debut for this game since its delay after a pretty disastrous showing it had, which focused a lot on kind of the RPG elements of it, and it kind of didn't show very well. I think that this new video is both showing a lot better and also still hard for me to garner a lot of enthusiasm. I will say, it's smart of them to focus on traversal, especially for an open world superhero game. Traversal is the most important thing. That's still the main reason why those Spider-Man games are fun to play. I think it's why Arkham City worked so well, because they found a way to make Batman open world traversal a lot of fun. I mean, even go back to games like Hulk Ultimate Destruction. So the fact that they kind of like, oh, these heroes like stole this tech from these other superheroes, and now they, like you kind of see familiar traversal, but with these villains. That looks pretty fun. People have kind of compared a bit to Crackdown. I see that. On the other side, I'm still skeptical of just the basic premise. I'm not a big fan of like goofy dark humor kind of stuff, which is very much the vibe here, right? Like that's just never really been my thing. And they're also sort of not talking about certain things in this game that I am most concerned about, like the live service elements, like the progression, the loot, the RPG elements. Again, there are more of these videos coming, so I assume we will learn more of that. Sean, did you watch this video? Did you have any big thoughts about it?
No, which I think is maybe representative of where I stand here. If I had known a little more in advance that I was doing this podcast, I probably would have pulled it up since this was last
okay.
Switch. But I will say that is indicative. Yeah.
I'll admit, like, I didn't like watch the whole thing. I kind of had to scrub around. I couldn't really sit there for 20 minutes.
Yeah, sure. But I think that's indicative of where I'm at with this game, where I've just never cared about it. I know Jeff and Jan were talking about it on Game Us Mornings today of like, if you're a Harley Quinn sicko, you probably like this. But outside of that, who's like super attached to the Suicide Squad at this point? I don't know. Not me. Like, I know people like them, and like that most recent movie is pretty good, right? So that's probably what they're trying to attach to. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, man.
Yeah, again, like I'm going to give it a bit of a chance, whereas last time I was completely against it, right? And I'm looking at it's like, hey, look, maybe there's something here. Maybe this can be fun. We'll wait and see. I'm not writing it off completely
same
right now, but I still have my doubts, and I'm still skeptical. I hope that it's good. I mean, hey, I love
it's still Rocksteady, right? So like,
still Rocksteady. Yeah. There's Samoa Joe's there. That's neat. I like him.
Hell yeah.
Why not?
We'll see how it turns out, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We will just kind of have to wait and see. Game Award nominees that get announced. I've talked about this quite a few times. I don't know if there were anything that stood out for you, Sean. Any kind of egregious omissions?
Two, I guess, technically. One category that really stood out to me is the best RPG one is one where I actually like turned my head, because I don't care about these nominations or anything necessarily. It's like, whatever, it'll be a good show. Like, the awards will be whatever. They're an afterthought like they always are. So I don't read too much into it. Like Jeff has talked about, to death, like the DICE Awards are where a lot of the industry really goes for their awards. We've had golden joysticks already. There's other places to go for that. Liza P felt weird for best RPG. It is, it's in that Soulsy vein, so I guess it's action RPG, sure. But the reason that I sort of took an issue with some of that is Octopath 2 isn't in there. And everyone who's been talking about Octopath 2 is like, yeah, it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. I'm like, that's weird. The thing that I actually took an issue with, this is the actual snub, and I feel like a lot of people aren't talking about this, because everyone called it. They knew this would happen back in January when they're talking about this game. And here it is, nowhere to be found, even though people were talking it up at the beginning of the year. Chained Echoes is eligible for this because it came out in December of last year. Not up for Best RPG, and I would argue even more egregiously, not up for Best Debut Indie. Because that one guy who then worked with some contractors to put it out, as far as I can tell, that's his first game. And that is an actual snub right there. And that is not on the people like submitting. That's on like this process. Like, because it came out at that point, it's unfair.
Yeah, I know Jeff says, hey, games that come out after, the sort of when the awards are, those December games, they're just eligible next year. Mm-hmm. Nobody is thinking like that. It's just never going to practically work that way. And it's kind of this weird thing, like, well, what do we do about it? I mean, the best thing to do, and I guess I don't know why this can't just be like a July or January 7th show every year.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why that doesn't seem to be an option. For some reason, Jeff really likes this early December slot.
Yeah.
I guess I'd be curious to hear why that is. But yeah,
we've heard that's advertising related, like for doing it early December going into the holiday season or whatever it may be. That seems to be a big part of it.
I guess that makes sense. But it's, hey, that is cynical, right? And it is a shame because it really does just disqualify December games. Like, I don't know how good the Avatar game is going to be that comes on December 7th, but like if it is good, there's no way it's going to win any game awards. Like on the December 7th, 2024 show, people are going to be thinking about that Avatar game still.
Not a chance. No,
of course not.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's fair. That's a shame. I heard good things about Chineko. Somebody gifted that game to me actually. Recently. Nice. So I do want to check it out because I know people do like it quite a lot. Okay, the Take-Two boss has said that games should be priced according to how much time you get from them. This is according to Marcus, a person at Game Reactor. Entertainment should cost a lot of money, according to Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick, who during a meeting with investors shared his views on the industry and where it might be heading in the near future. He mentioned how a lot of it is about the value the customer feels they are getting out of a product, and then in the future, players should be charged by the hour. I kept thinking about Divx the whole time I was hearing this, which was like Circuit City's weird like DVD adjacent competitor, where you bought the initial disc for a very cheap price, and you watched the movie one time, and then if you wanted to watch it again, you like had to pay again somehow.
That's so weird.
Right. So I don't know what the hell Strauss Zelnick is talking about. I don't think there's any actions that can be taken from this nonsense. But it's crazy talk. Like if I buy a crock pot, no one's ever like, well, they keep using the crock pot, so we should probably charge them by the hour on the crock pot. No, of course not. What the hell are you talking about? It's absolute insanity. No, but yeah, it's absolute insanity. What he's saying makes zero sense. Just because you make some live service games that can be played for 500 hours, which a lot of us don't even want to do anymore, and that stuff's not doing great. It's just one of these things I roll my eyes at from a stupid thing that a stupid CEO says, and it bothers me in that sense. But I don't think we're going to have any kind of bad thing happen from this. How about you?
No, yeah, definitely. And either way you look at like the topic at hand here, whether it be like, charging people in the long run or charging them more upfront for a longer game, anything like that, like length shouldn't be tied to price in any way, shape, or form. Like, I would say smaller projects, sure, price those accordingly, which studios have before. Smaller projects get priced for, smaller MSRPs. Absolutely. But if you're talking, anything like putting a per hour dollar value on it, no, that's just dumb. Like some of us do that when we're trying to like justify the cost of a game in our heads and whether or not we're going to buy on sale and everything like that. But that's not how these companies should be looking at it, man. They should just be looking at market's at $70. It's at $70. We're going to focus our efforts in this way. We're going to have the game not balloon out of control. Like, let's keep it controlled. That's what they need to be thinking about here. And just, anything like tying those two together. No, like we said, it's insanity. So, it's not even worth really entertaining.
Granted, I wouldn't be shocked if Grand Theft Auto 6 is our first $80 video game.
Wouldn't shock me either. They can get away with whatever the hell they want, right?
They could get away with it. They absolutely could. Embracer says that Payday 3 underperformed following launch issues. This is from Tom Ivan over at Video Game Chronicles. Major server issues, which developer Starbreeze blamed on problems with external matchmaking software, marred the co-op game's late September release, which fans were also left frustrated by, and extended wait for the title's first update, which was finally released this month. During Embracer's second quarter earnings Q&A on Thursday, CEO Lars Wingefor said Payday 3 had come in a bit weaker than expected. That's got to be a bit rough. Payday 2 was a pretty big moneymaker. And look, Embracer having a lot of issues right now. They've basically have also said, hey, we fired like 900 people and we're going to probably fire more. I don't even know if they said probably. I think they just said we are going to fire more.
Yeah.
Things are going rough there. And Payday 3 is probably one thing that maybe you would have thought would be guaranteed money. Yet, that rough launch experience probably soured a lot of people. And now you have to do the thing where you have to get people to come and try your game again, and that could be difficult.
Yeah, I mean, Embracer's just on fire right now in like every sense of the term, right? Like, I don't know what the hell's going on there, man.
Well, I know what's going on is that they spent way too much money and acquired way too many things. I forget sometimes that they own Lord of the Rings.
Right.
They bought Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I should rephrase that. I know what's going on. I'm just like, what were they thinking? Because all of us this entire time. Yes, Christian.
They were waiting for that the Saudi Arabia money that never came.
Right. Yes, that's true.
Yeah. Forgot about that part of the equation.
That's when they really started panicking, is when they thought they were getting a Saudi Arabia investment, and then they didn't. So that infinite growth wasn't so infinite in the long run. They had to come back down to earth, and unfortunately, people are paying the price in that, and that's just always upsetting. Do you think Payday 3 can bounce back?
Hell no. No.
I
don't know. Payday 2 had long legs, so I don't see why, like, in the long run they couldn't turn it around into something else. I don't know where it would end up if anything happens with like the rights or anything like that in the long run. That's sort of what I'm thinking about at this point. But I'm sure whoever is managing it in the long run will just think of it like a Payday 2 and try to put it to that status at least eventually, right?
Yeah, I think that's right. But enough about that. Let's talk about a more exciting topic. Expect deep cleavage in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth from Ben Leon's at Game Reactor. Basically, Thanks,
AJ.
Basically, ESRB has done some rating stuff for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is coming out next year. And the rating notes that Rebirth is an action role-playing game which players follow the story of a mercenary, Cloud Strife, on a quest to save the planet from evil. Blah blah blah. But then, ESB has to note some of the things that might be for older audiences, and one of them is a deep cleavage, also suggestive dialogue and alcohol content. So scenes including smoking and hookah pipes. Gas. This deep cleavage has to be related to
it's Scarlet. It's 1,000,000% Scarlet.
Well, there's that island resort place, right? Or
you mean like Costa del Sol, or?
Yeah, I think Costa del Sol is going to be a culprit here. I think there's going to be
I guess
bikinis going on.
Everyone's going to be in swimsuits. No, I feel like that's just talking about Scarlet at this point.
Well, Scarlet
she's
for sure,
more of a prominent character in this one.
Yeah, I guess her cleavage was pretty deep, wasn't it?
It can go deeper too, Mike.
We must go deeper. All right. Let's see. Anything else? After the success of the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, Sega wants to bring more of its IP to other platforms. This is from Smagaliso Simulane at Destructoid. I probably said that wrong. I am sorry. In an interview with CNBC, Sega's chief operating officer, Shuji Yusumi, revealed that the platforms they are considering include movies, even Roblox. Oh, Roblox. That's kind of funny. I mean, they're already done. It's weird that they're saying this because they basically have already kind of done this. Like with Sonic, they've done it a ton, including with Roblox. They may have two other franchises they can really get away with this, like a Dragon and Persona. Even like Persona has had a good amount of cross-media stuff already. Granted, it's things like the TV show there is an anime, and maybe that didn't get a ton of Western exposure. Like it didn't have some big Netflix deal. You basically had to buy a DVD of it on Amazon.
Five got decent exposure because it was on Funimation, and so it was on a streaming service, so it got some play, but not as much as if it were on Netflix, like you said.
Right, and 3 was like a series of anime movies.
Yeah,
I bought the 4 anime.
Yeah, 3 was so far back in the day that I believe there's not even an English dub for it, and then 4 was very much just DVDs, and I think later maybe got
so they could definitely do something more ambitious with Persona, I suppose. Maybe they can kind of plan that as they're working on whatever that next Persona is going to be.
I was half listening, but I caught the end of the conversation. Those animes are in Crunchyroll. Like they air they simulcast those. Yeah, back in the day when they came out. Except for the movie, they came later.
Okay, gotcha.
The Persona 3 movie, yeah.
Interesting.
Jeff's asking in chat if we told people about the live show because tickets are sold out. No, Jeff, I was celebrating how tickets are sold out and how it was great. And Christian's like, actually, you shouldn't celebrate because who cares? And everything's bad and I'm a nihilist. Something like that. So, I mean, there's a lot of other Sega IP but Sega hasn't done a lot with most of that IP in a while. Like, yeah, I love Echo the Dolphin. I love Panzer Dragoon. And yeah, they made a Panzer Dragoon remake a bit ago. I would care if there was a Panzer Dragoon anime show on Netflix. I don't know if a lot of other people would care.
That would be sweet.
So it would be sweet. Yeah. I don't know if people are going to suddenly show up as easily as, hey, here's a Mario movie. Of course, people are going to show up for that. Or, hey, here's a Zelda movie. Yeah, people are going to show up for that. So I both understand the strategy from Sega. I think it's going to be hard to make this work for anything that's not Sonic. Again, maybe Persona and a Dragon, but we'll see.
I think those are two, yeah, because people will go and just see a movie called just Yakuza. If they just go that route, it'll do decently enough, I'd assume, as long as it looks okay. So if they play their cards right, I think it would be interesting. What is there any other Sega IP you think that this would really work with?
Super Monkey Ball maybe as a cute little thing. Nothing that's gonna
it's a kid show or something, maybe.
Yeah, nothing that's going to blow people's minds. Really. I think Jeff and Jance said Shinobi. I would like that again.
That'd be cool.
I love the old Shinobi games. I love the old Streets of Rage games and Golden Axe. All these legacy Sega franchises. I just don't know if people will care now. I mean, if they really are making that super Jet Set Radio game. And they're really investing a lot in that, then maybe you can do some
make for a good animated show or something.
It should, right? It should. So we'll see.
Okay.
All right. That's it for all these main topics. Why don't we take a break, Sean? Then we'll look at these super chats. We're going to talk about the best game of 2007 coming up here soon too. How's that little break sound?
Sounds good to me.
All right. Be right back.
This is a break.
All right.
Cool. By the way, if anyone watching live sees me looking over there, it's because I'm looking at my TV where I have the stream pulled up to make sure everything's okay.
Or you're just watching hockey while doing this, so we can really capture the Jeff Grubb essence.
Yeah.
What do I look like? Some kind of sports pervert? Get the hell
out
of
here.
Go.
I'm definitely not playing Magic the Gathering Arena right now.
All right.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Mike's holding Magic cards, so it would be
I do. This is my new fidget thing. Actually, is I have. I forget where I even got these, but I kind of just.
These are the Lord of the Rings ones.
These aren't the Lord of the Rings ones, actually.
Oh, those aren't.
Oh, really? You got other ones?
Where do you have those? Yeah. Why?
Oh, I think these were just randomly in my summer Game Fest bag. A bunch of packs or something.
Oh, yeah, because my friend has those too.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know. I like fiddling with these. I have to have something. I had a fidget spinner, but I'm worried it's loud. I have one of these this thing. This used to say AEW on it, but my fingers have scrubbed that off.
Little popper thing.
Oh,
yeah, a little popper thing.
Okay,
so I am. Yeah, I'm a fidgeter. I'm definitely a fidgeter.
I like this the cube that has a bunch of stuff in it. It looks pretty cool.
I think Jeff did the exact same thing. I think it was Jeff who said this. It might have been someone else, but I broke the. You know how on a gaming mouse, some of them, the scroll wheel will have a lock on it?
Yes.
I would unlock it, spin the wheel, and then lock it. Yeah, and I 100% broke the lock. So
maybe I better do that or something.
You want me to grab the super chats, Mike?
If you want to, sure.
Yeah, I got them pulled up right here.
All right, I'll bring us back in.
Sounds good.
Let's do it.
And we're back. Sean, I will give you the honor of reading the super chat, sir.
Awesome. Sounds good. I got them pulled up here. First off, from T-Bucket23, have you two had the Good Burger meal from Arby's? I didn't know this existed, Mike.
I did. It's very funny that Good Burger partnered with Arby's, which has been doing limited time burgers recently.
Yeah.
I have not gotten this meal yet. I mean, look, I love Arby's a little too much is the problem. So when I go to Arby's, I want to get a roast beef sandwich. I don't necessarily want to get a burger. I'm still very amused that they are doing this there. I wonder if I'm going to watch this movie. I liked Good Burger 1 a good bit as a kid, but
wait. Is there a reboot movie?
Yeah, Good Burger 2 is coming out.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Plus.
Okay, yeah, I just don't watch film and TV anymore, really. So.
I mean, look, I don't either, but I knew about the Good Burger thing because that's very much a sequel to a childhood movie. So all my friends talking about that kind of thing.
Fair enough.
We'll see. Next.
From Nintendo Derek, does it seem like Black Friday sales on individual games and movies hasn't been as good this year and last year as they were in 2021 or before?
So I don't follow Black Friday sales very much myself. I'm not a big Black Friday kind of person.
Yeah.
If anything, I'll use Black Friday and Cyber Monday for like gift buying, which isn't usually a lot of video games. Sometimes it is. I don't know if you've noticed anything though, Sean.
Yeah, it's been a slow decline in general. There used to be a time where, a game would come out a month or two before Black Friday and everyone would be like, just wait, because it's going to be $30 or something. And you don't get that anymore, really. I think we'll see some decent stuff this year. I don't know if people have already seen what there is. I'm curious to look at the list because I haven't looked at anything yet. But yeah, we'll see. They're onto something there. So they just haven't been as good as they have been in past years. Yeah. Next up, we got L. Grug. Preemptive Mario Galaxy and Halo 3 for the topic today. Also need Turbo Sean to Minotti in a game that Jeff wouldn't want on the 2007 game list. Okay. What would Jeff not want on a 2007 list?
Well, I think there's look, there's a Pokemon game that came out. I'm sure you're going to make some much stronger case for it than either of us would have. So you'll have that. I peaked that at 07 is actually a pretty good year.
It's a good year. It's a good year.
Very good year.
That would
Jeff, you should write in real quick and let us know which ones you like.
Yeah, I'll have to pull up the list once we get to the actual topic. This should be interesting.
It's a lot.
From Alan Miracle, got my tickets. Can't wait to see you all. Hey, there you go.
Yes, thank you to everyone who did get tickets. Really excited to see everybody on December 9th at LA. Again, those tickets have already sold out, so sorry if you weren't able to jump on those. Hopefully we'll be doing more things like this, though. I'm really excited about this. It's going to be a fun time.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Breaking the Backlog is a member for 14 months, so thank you there. And they say, looking good, Jeffrey. I'm going to assume I'm the one who says thank you. Thank you very much. Been, trimming down a little bit, shave the beard.
Yeah, you probably look more like Jeff than you look like me, so that makes sense.
A little bit, I guess, yeah. Let's see, from Bander SN, got my GB Live tickets. See you all at the show. Congrats on selling out faster than the special edition Steam Deck.
Yeah, eat shit, Valve.
Mike, quick update on that. I don't know if you were watching the show earlier today. I was trying so desperately to get one of these things. I got the LE, dude. I got it.
Hey, let's go. Hey, that's great, but didn't you regret getting the normal Steam Deck twice already?
No. This most recent time was because, well, I guess I can talk about it now, because I found out about the Steam Deck OLED. I'm like, shit, I just bought this thing. So that's why the second time around. But yeah, now the Steam Deck OLED actually fixes most of my problems with the Steam Deck. So now I'm going to be happy with it. Yeah.
Yeah. It looks really cool. It's hard for me to justify doing that because I'm not using my normal Steam Deck nearly enough because I still just keep playing games on my Switch. We'll see how I feel when just the next Steam Deck comes out.
Sure, definitely. From Darachi, I'm not watching tonight because I'm saying this show for my day off tomorrow, but that doesn't mean I can't show my support. Well, hey, greetings from the past, future Darachi.
There you go.
Let's see, from Willow Davis, so excited Jeff Grubb said there'll be a new Zelda game announced at the Game Awards for the Super Switch U Advanced 64 and Knuckles with Mike Minotti.
Yeah, he promised these things.
Yeah.
I tried to stop him, but he just kept doing it. He said he was going to shave everything if it doesn't happen. So I really hope it works out for him.
Okay, well, shouts to Jeff for boosting his OnlyFans. Cool. From the Andrew 13, as long as we get more Like a Dragon street fights, I assume that's in reference to the Sega stuff we were talking about, or
no? That's in reference to AEW.
Oh, okay.
Had a Like a Dragon street fight sponsored match kind of thing.
Oh, interesting. Yes. I hadn't heard about
Well, Kenny Omega loves video games a lot. He likes Like a Dragon a lot. He was
that makes sense.
Somehow a part of one of the games not too long ago. But so yeah,
that's recently cool. He's part of the one who he's part of the one that just came out, if I'm not mistaken. No,
he's like one of
no. He was one of the cards or whatever.
He was a card in Ishin, and
Ishin,
exactly.
Yeah. I don't know if he's in Gaiden, but yeah, they've been doing some of those crossovers. Okay,
and I still kind of want to play. Is Gaiden the one with Daytona 2 in it?
I thought multiple ones had Daytona 2, and the other games were only in one of them. But
no, Daytona 2 is definitely showing up for the first time ever in a newer like a Dragon game. I assume it's in.
Yeah,
Gaiden.
I thought it was both Gaiden and
yeah.
8, but I could be mistaken on that. But yeah, I'm almost positive it is at least in Gaiden.
The Yotona 2 isn't Gaiden. Thank you, Warden.
Okay,
that,
cool.
Kind
there
of
we go.
Makes me want to play it.
I
think I saw John Linneman saying it was an amazing port in there.
They always are. That was the best way to play Virtua Fighter 5 for the longest time was the Yakuza games.
They gotta give me a collection of these M2 and M3 Sega arcade games. God,
right? They're just sitting on them right there. Yeah.
Yep.
From Lurkin with McGurkin. Hate to be the Agent Smith in the room and talk about inevitability, but what year do you guys think a mobile game will win overall game of the year? I don't think it's crazy if it's something like that's just on mobile in addition to everything else.
Yeah,
like a Fortnite or something.
Yeah, exactly. Is it Resident Evil 4 gonna be on mobile soon? Right
there you go. Yeah, so, that's on iOS.
It'll be something like I don't think like a game made for mobile, like like Angry Birds 3.
Yeah, the closest anything would have come probably would have been like Pokemon Go in terms of like a game made for mobile, and even then that's not gonna. Yeah,
it's hard to say. Up. But I mean, it's not like it's a matter of time. It could happen whenever, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. From Connell Wood, fidget toy recommendation, Infinity Cube. So I assume that's one of those that has multiple things on it.
I'll have to look up the Infinity Cube. I need to get something, more elaborate. I'm just going to bend all of these Magic the Gathering cards.
Okay, Mikey O'Leary is clearly doing a bit that I do not understand, but he says, us talking about Jeff, he was the best guy around. The news, what about the stolen TVs? Us, what stolen TVs?
That's a TikTok.
Oh,
that's a TikTok. That's a pretty good TikTok.
Oh, yeah. No,
damn it! Fellow social media manager Mikey O'Leary is trying to give me a social media thing, and I'm proving how bad I am at my job.
There you go. Look, I didn't know about it, but I'm a boomer who doesn't look at TikTok, so I'm in the clear.
He was the best guy around. What about the people he killed? What? No. What about the people he murdered? What murder?
I think I did see that.
At least I have a new format for one now. Cool.
Yeah. That's pretty fucked up that Jeff Grubb just steals TVs all the time, right?
Just constantly, yes.
It's a problem.
Mike, I still haven't listened.
And then he brings them back and gives money to the people he stole the TV from.
I still have not listened to this voicemail dump truck. I need to go back and listen because I was too busy. I have no idea what the story is. I just saw Dan's Photoshop of him leaving the house with a TV. And then last one here for now from our boy Shigeru Miyamoto says, this is Miyamoto. Whoa. Did Jeff shave? Looking good. Please wish me a happy birthday. I turned 71 today. Me and Cool Chris are going to Chili's. Well, happy birthday, Shiggy.
Yeah, Chili's.
I don't know.
Get some baby back ribs.
Ooh, give me that baby back, baby.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, all right.
That's good. Get a frosty mug of beer or something. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah. Exciting stuff.
That is all the super chats we have for right now, Mikey.
Hey, thank you so much for sending those super chats, everybody. You could still send a super chat. We will read it before the end of the show. I promise. Shiggy's getting drunk on margaritas. Fantastic news, Mr. Miyamoto.
That's what we like to see out you, Shiggy.
I might kind of want to do that tomorrow because Dan's taking me to the Mall of America, and there is a Margaritaville.
Your field trip to Mall of America, as he called it.
Yes, exactly. He's my chaperone.
You have anything in particular you want to do when you're out there?
Go to the Margaritaville. I don't know. There's a Nickelodeon. There's a Nickelodeon like theme park, but they have like big boy roller coasters in there that I probably don't want to actually do. So I'm probably not going to pay whatever it is to go in there. They're opening a Toys R Us there the day we're there. So maybe if I could like peek at that. I don't know if there's going to be some kind of line or something. I don't know. I just kind of like the idea of walking around a big mall I never been to. Maybe Christmas stuff will be up. That'd be fun. Maybe Dan and I can get a picture of Santa Claus.
I want to see a picture of you and Dan sitting on Santa's lap at the same time so badly.
There you go. All right, let's take another break. We'll come back. We'll do this Game of the Year 2007.
Cool.
What about the people he murdered?
What
murder?
I'm sure somebody said one of those about Sephiroth.
Oh, that would be good. Yeah, if they haven't, they need to.
All right. I think I can still just go right back into it.
Yeah, I am pulling something up on my phone real quick, just so it's not popping up on stream. Okay. Yeah, I'm pulling up a list, and then I'll pull up the.
You don't have to pay to walk around the theme park. That's good to know.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we should be good wherever you are.
All right. And we are back. It's time to talk about the year 2007, a pretty big year for video games.
Mike Minotti!
Yes.
What were you doing in 2007?
I was in college in 2007. I was going to YSU, which was a local state college, so I was still living with my family. Yeah, that's what I was up to.
Okay, I was in 7th grade, so you know, big time in my life. I just wanted to make you feel old, as I tend to do on these shows.
Honestly, like in my mind, I thought you were about to tell me that you were like 3, so that's not bad. 7th grade, I'll take it.
Jeff's listening somewhere, crumbling to dust, and I'm just yes.
All right, I'm gonna get us started here right away. Best reviewed game of the year, when there's a lot of them, but Super Mario Galaxy 1 came out in 2007. I always liked Mario, of course. I think Super Mario Galaxy was when I was like, gosh, 3D, like, this is just the best. 3D Mario is so good. I just absolutely loved the kind of core gimmick with the little planetoids and the way gravity really mattered. Just a really fun. I like how they kind of made it a bit more. I don't know if elegant's the word, but there's a bit more gravitas to this. All of a sudden,
there definitely is.
That really sweeping orchestral soundtrack is incredible, right? Like we all know, Gusty Garden Galaxy is just one of the best video game songs of all time. Mario just feels so good to control in this game. The level design is immaculate. Just a perfect video game.
I'm like a little cooler on Galaxy than a lot of people are, but I do still really like it. The thing that does it for me is I've never liked Wii, wiggle waggle stuff, so that does annoy me a little bit because it is in there a decent amount. It's not like overbearing, but it's like
it's mostly you waggle to do that spin move, and it's like, hey, this could just be a button, but,
which it is in 3D All Stars, like credit where credit's due. And then, but you do also have to do pointer stuff, which I'm usually okay with. Like, I love the Metroid Prime trilogy on Wii, but yeah, it's a little more than I like, but the platforming itself is fantastic in Galaxy. And like I said, the presentation, the orchestrated sound, it is a fantastic platform. You're absolutely right on the money with that one. Yeah.
How about you? What do you want to throw up there?
Okay, so I don't know if I'll have to like convince you of this, but I'll at least be able to say that it is one of the most influential games of all time. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, Mike.
Yeah, you don't have to convince me. I trust me, I get it. Look, I also really liked Modern Warfare, the first one. You have to kind of forget about like what Call of Duty is now, because at that time, this was such a huge deal. It was clear that this was the next milestone first-person shooter.
Yeah. This was the game that sort of invented modern online shooters. Like, Halo was doing its thing and everything. But yeah, exactly. The gun progression and everything like that, having your single-player campaign and your multiplayer online suite working the way it did. Like, it was basically this in Halo, and this is what a lot of games ended up copying almost one-to-one. Like, even if you didn't love it, it is so influential, but I will say that I did end up loving this game, like starting to go into high school and everything, playing it every night with my friends and everything like that. It is still a fantastic game. When Modern Warfare Remastered came out a few years back, me and my friends were right back into it. We were like, the memories came flooding back. We were playing it all night long for months. It's a fantastic game, and it's still like the purest form of this experience in a way. Like, MW2 certainly has that too, and they started to get off the rails in like the Black Ops 2 era, and now we were running around with Nicki Minaj earlier today over on Giant playing Call of Duty. Like,
it's a lot now.
It's a lot now, but back then, it was just a damn good first-person shooter. Yeah,
it's a good campaign. Like, I remember things about this campaign, which is something I cannot say about many other Call of Duties, and just an absolutely ton of fun in the multiplayer. Of course, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, a big deal, a big deal. I will not deny that.
Do you have a list or anything pulled up that you want to start pulling from? Like talk about.
I have quite a few more ideas
okay,
here.
Cool.
For sure. Because BioShock, the first BioShock came out in 2007.
Would you?
I loved BioShock. I remember the demo for this game was mind blowing. Like it was one of those things where I think a lot of people had that experience where you didn't realize the demo started. One of the all-time best intros in a video game, the whole going down into the city. But like just the atmosphere in this game was so incredible. It looked so amazing. It felt really unique at the time. Gosh, it was just a very, very memorable game and a really fun game.
Definitely. And I really liked the first BioShock. I didn't play it at launch. I ended up playing it like a few years later, not too much later, probably like 2011 or something like that. When I started getting more into PC gaming, and that was when Steam sales started to really become a thing. So I picked up, a bundle with 2 for like $4 or whatever. And yeah, had a fantastic time with it. It's still, the twist, like I won't say it, but would you kindly? It's a really good twist. Like that, and just the atmosphere is very good. This is almost like it's almost a Metroid game, right, Mike? Like
a little bit of that. It's like
bit.
A bit of that, a bit of like immersive sim, not like a super pure immersive sim, maybe like
a light
element, but there's enough of that in there in the RPG elements. It don't really work. Like the stuff like that maybe like isn't great. It's stuff you don't necessarily notice. Like the whole like you have like you have to make the moral choice, right? And when you really look at that, it's like, well, the game's trying to make it like, oh, are you going to do the evil thing because the rewards are better? And the game kind of wimps out and actually makes it so the rewards you get for doing the good thing are actually just as good, really, because the game kind of whips out and is afraid of making me miss out on something. I know people don't love like the last boss fight. I get that a little bit. It doesn't drive me that crazy. I don't mind a whole ton there.
Same.
So, yeah. Overall, I love BioShock. How about you? Anything else you want to throw on there right now?
Let me see. I mean, we would be remiss not to mention Halo 3, right? Like
Halo 3. Yeah. This still in some ways kind of feels like the last important Halo game to me, really. This was still sort of at that time. Maybe Reach, sure. Halo 3 definitely felt like we were at the absolute tippy top.
I think you picked the right word with important, because I loved ODST and Reach, but importance, like Halo 3 was an event, definitely.
Yeah, it was a big deal. I not really a giant Halo guy. Oh, this is great news. Jeff Grubb in chat says he doesn't care about BioShock. He never finished it. Well, I'm really glad he's not involved in this show.
Well, guess what, Jeff? You ain't here.
You ain't here, bitch. What are you gonna do? Shame on you, Jeff Grubb. Yeah. Shame on you.
Get better taste, jackass.
Yeah. Go play a Metal Gear Solid game that isn't one, and then go play BioShock. God. So yeah, Halo 3 absolutely deserves consideration. If it doesn't make this list and people get mad about it, it's just I'm not the biggest Halo guy, really.
I'll put in the honorable mentions-ish area for now.
I do think Halo 3 had a little bit of its lunch eaten by Modern Warfare, to be honest.
100%, yeah. Like I said, you were pretty much one or the other back in the day, and a lot of people went Call of Duty.
Yeah. Even I. So like, what do we do about all this orange box stuff? It'd be kind of easier, maybe cheating, but maybe not, to just say the orange box, and then you get Portal and Team Fortress 2 and Episode 2 all in one thing.
You make the rules.
We do make the rules
if you want to.
All right, here, Mike. I'll tell you right now. I'd be okay putting orange box up there because I don't see it sticking to top 4 in this year, or top 5.
Really?
We end up doing.
If it was the orange box, it
would be like 5 is where I would like allow it to be.
Well, really? So you don't care that Portal 1 alone would.
It's a good puzzle game.
5. Oh, you're insane.
I'm insane for thinking it's good.
Just good.
Yeah, I think Portal is a very good game. I've never been in love with Portal the way a lot of other people have. I would say, like, I would almost give the edge to like Team Fortress 2 in that of like importance and everything.
I was such a Team Fortress Classic guy, and I liked Team Fortress 2. I have no strong feelings about it, to be honest. Like now that I'm kind of, I played a lot of it back then. Team Fortress Classic means so much more to me than Team Fortress 2. Like I liked Overwatch more than I ever liked Team Fortress 2.
And I am trying to look at these games, as they are, but it's almost hard to ignore like Portal 2 is kind of the one people talk about now. I know I try not to do that, but like in the same vein of you like not seeing Team Fortress 2 the same way because of Classic, I'm sort of with that.
But episode 2 was also very good. That was a very good Half-Life campaign. It was a lot better than episode 1. It was as good, maybe even better than anything in just base Half-Life 2. A lot of fun stuff in that. So let's just say the orange box.
Mike,
that'll be good.
The other day on Twitter, you were like, I'm scared that the people who say Half-Life 2
no. Don't tell me you don't like Half-Life 2. Oh, I can't. Just actually don't. Don't.
Hang on. It's like, I don't think it's 10 out of 10. I think it's up there, but I don't think it's like 10 out of 10. That's where I'm at.
It absolutely is. It's like one of the top 5 games of all time. Oh my god.
Okay, I just don't see it. Michael said
hard the show alone. Half-Life 2 is pretty boring. It's boring.
Oh no, God. I would never say that. I would never say that.
Why do you say some other video game now, actually?
Mike, how we feel about Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock?
I don't feel very much of that.
Yeah,
There's already a point where it's like, yeah, Guitar Hero's fine. I don't need to give it any kind of like award at this point. Yeah. It's okay.
I think it's worth noting because for those of us who were super into it, it's arguably the best Guitar Hero game before I started getting like band stuff.
Jan Ochoa!
See you in the chat?
You don't like Half-Life 2? Come on!
It's a bit boring. My man, boring. Jan! See, Jan can piss you off, so I come in looking good saying that, yeah, it's good.
Jan. Go play more of The Bouncer, which is like actually one of the most boring games I ever played, and I played it recently. No wonder you like The Quiet Man. The Quiet Man was just The Bouncer made like 10 years later or whatever.
What does Jeff Grubb's game say right there?
Damn it! You do this show by yourself then. I can't even handle it. You fucking assholes. Jeff Grubb, I'm not in love with Half-Life 2. I didn't have to. It didn't give me like a shovel and tell me to dig a hole, and I was able to make my own fun. Can you believe the story mode at one point told me I had to do a thing, and when I tried to do something else, it like didn't like that?
Jeff, why did you leave me here with this man? What have you done? It's very good. And I think we should move on to a different game now.
Yes,
all right.
My turn. You already said.
You know what?
Go
for it. Yeah. You got some?
Yeah.
You got some? I was waiting. Yeah.
Oh, I got stuff. Stuff. No. How about the first Mass Effect came out in 2007?
Oh, is that even on the list I have here? It should be somewhere.
Yeah, the first Mass Effect 2007. Remember when that was an Xbox exclusive? By the way.
Very weird. Yeah. Oh, there it is at the bottom. Yeah.
Look, Mass Effect 2. Is the best game in the trilogy, I admit. Sure. But there's a lot about Mass Effect 1 that I do like and miss in its sequels. I like that it is a bit more RPG. It has a bit more of that KOTOR DNA in it. The world building is very good. I like the Citadel a lot, just as this location. Really good team members in this game. Mass Effect 1 was... it got a lot of things right and put that series on a really strong starting foot.
Yeah, I actually never played the Mass Effect games. I really want to because, Legendary Edition came out and everything. Like, I started one when I did have an Xbox One for a little bit there. I was like, okay, I get it, but maybe this isn't the greatest way to play this. Maybe they'll like do a remaster someday or something because there are rough edges on that original release. So I do want to fire up Legendary Edition still because I was like, I see what's here, but I do think it's not supposed to be as much of a shooter as the layer games would be, but I think the shooting does feel a little clunky, and I feel like that was actually something. Yeah, that's something that people said back in the day.
It definitely, yeah. I think it feels a lot better than that Legendary Edition, for sure. And I like playing it there is very good. But I did even like this original version of it.
You want me to put it on the short list anywhere, or?
I think it should be on the short list.
Okay, sure, we can do that. Yeah.
I think it should be lay considered.
Sure, definitely.
As the hip kids say.
Totally hip. Yep.
Yeah, do you have one? Because I have a couple more.
Okay, this is an interesting one for us to talk about, I think. Metroid Prime 3.
Yeah, Metroid Prime 3. Man, I never actually quite beat Metroid Prime 3.
I have several times.
Yeah.
If you need me to be the expert.
Well, then what do you think? Because it sure seems to get talked about the least, right? Why is that?
It's because Metroid Prime 1 is so damn good. Like, it just overshadows both of them. Yeah, Prime 2 is like, in the similar vein, but the type of puzzles that they want to do with like light and dark stuff didn't quite pan out as well. Still a very good campaign. And then 3 is where some of the problems of Metroid started to rear their head. A lot of talking and cutscenes.
Yeah, it's weird that they did that, because if even when Metroid Prime 1 was out, everybody liked how there wasn't very much talking. They thought it was cool.
Yeah.
And they kind of lost confidence in that, it felt like.
Yeah, and then obviously we'll get into Other M later down the road, but I think that's where some of that stuff started. It is very good, though. I think a lot of people have come around, especially, playing more updated versions, like in Prime Trilogy and everything like that, or even Fire Emblem Dolphin or whatever. I think people have come around that it's probably even better than 2, but yeah, I don't know, like... I honestly wouldn't even put on the short list in this year. It's just
I don't think it would make the short list, no.
Just honorable mention for now, I think. You got another one?
Oh, I thought I did, but actually, The Road Ends With You did not come out in North America until 2008.
Oh, so, interesting.
No,
okay.
no on that. But the first Uncharted, Drake's Fortune, did come out.
That's true.
I know. I feel like most people gloss over this one and just look at 2, and 2 is definitely better.
Right.
But I liked this series immediately. I thought from the beginning it was really impressive. This game was doing things with like animation and just kind of character reactions to things that just weren't really happening in games yet at the time. It took that kind of third-person shooter format that was getting popular thanks to Resident Evil and then Gears of War. It just kind of added a lot more flavor and fun to it. Like the whole kind of Indiana Jones vibe of the thing.
Sure.
I think at the time the mystical twist, the supernatural stuff threw people off. Now, like all the games have done enough of that whatever. I'm fine with that. There was some 6-axis stuff thrown in there. Again, it's basically bested by its sequel in almost every way, but I still thought that the first one was really cool and really impressive, especially at that time.
I think it's solid. I actually am a big Tomb Raider fan. Like, I grew up playing all the Tomb Raider games, even the bad ones. So, like, when I did finally get a PS3 a little later and got the Uncharted trilogy, I think is what the collection was at the time, I fired it up and I'm like, because I know at that point I knew how much people loved 2 and 3. And so I fired it up and I'm like, okay, this is solid. This is a good starting point. But yeah, like you said, even like 2 overshadows it so much, and then 3 is debatably better. It's like 2 and 3 are both fantastic games. It's sort of like almost preference.
Yeah. 3 is just a little. The story's not the best. It's basically the problem with 3, but still a lot of fun. It gets kind of. I think 2 and 4 are very obviously the standouts in that franchise. I like 1. I don't know if it needs to be shortlisted, but
for me, I think it's like a Metroid Prime situation where it's like, it's good. It's worth mentioning here in the discussion, but it won't make the list. So not even a short list.
Persona 3 came out in North America in 2007.
It sure did.
PlayStation 2 game to talk about here.
Yeah.
Even at the time, this game got so much buzz. It seemed like turn-based RPGs were in this really rough spot, were super niche. And then Persona 3, which was like very much a JRPG-ass JRPG, kind of broke through and got a lot of attention. It really managed to stand out somehow by kind of mixing those social elements in. I think the imagery of like the whole shooting themselves in the head to summon monster things, like that's a great elevator pitch. High school kids shoot themselves in the head to summon demons.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, definitely didn't gain backlash or anything. This was
cool
like
to me.
This was the one where it's like we were still in the era of people caring about length of JRPGs before it ballooned out of control, and now we're like, actually give us shorter ones. So I can't remember if it was like a back box thing or some review or something, but people were like, this is 60 to 70 hours. That's incredible. There's so much stuff to do.
It was really long for the time. This was the Baldur's Gate 3 of its time. Because again, I think like just like Bear Sex was like the elevator pitch for Baldur's Gate 3. I think the shooting the head thing was here.
Okay.
No, seriously. Then like this game did not shy away from like that genre, while a lot of other people were trying to like be more mainstream and kind of shying away from like, this is kind of nerd shit.
This was a niche ass, anime ass JRPG for sure.
Right. Now this game would kind of get better. It did have some weird quirks, like you couldn't directly control your party members.
It has a very weird history where the original release you couldn't control your party members because it was like that was just the way they were doing things. It was like, it's immersive because they move on their own. They have their own decisions that they're doing.
Yeah.
Then they realized
you can send them. I remember that you couldn't send them into.
Yeah, then everyone realized it's bad.
Everybody
Christian
spread out.
Everyone realized it's bad, and so they changed it later on. But yeah, it has Fez, which is expanded, which not great side story there. You have Portable, which has some more content, some removed content. It's radically scaled back because it's just like a visual novel.
I played it on the original release. I beat it when Portable came out.
Yeah.
Just because it was easy to play it on my Vita at that time, and you were able to control your party members at that point.
Yeah.
This is a very important game. I feel like it's worth consideration.
We could put a short list. Yeah, I don't know how far I'll make it.
I like Persona 4 more. I'll say that right now.
I like. I like both of the later modern Personas better. More. Yeah, well, you shut the hell up over there, Christian.
All right, why don't we start checking out some suggestions for the community?
Sure,
There's one more we wanted to bring up, or
let me get this straight. Assassin's Creed, yeah. Yeah, November 13th.
Which one? Oh, the first Assassin's Creed.
The first Assassin's Creed. I don't know
if the first Assassin's Creed is gonna play. I like the first Assassin's Creed more than most people. It seems like everyone else is like, it wasn't very good at first. I kind of got into it immediately. Of course, 2 was better. I don't know if it's like a top 5. I just, it's funny that you said Guitar Hero 3.
Yeah.
You know what else came out in 2007?
Rock Band.
Yeah, Rock Band.
That's what I was playing with friends. Yeah, I was gonna bring that up as soon as I saw it on the list. Yeah. Rock Band changed everything because Rock Band was
very good.
Guitar Hero moved into the full band territory after this one with with World Tour, they had to because Rock Band took over in the same way that Guitar Hero took over with 1 and 2 on the PS2 and absolutely blew up. This was the next thing. You can get a group of your friends to play. You're not just doing heads to head and everything, and people who weren't good at the whole plastic guitar thing could play the drums, or especially they could sing. You just put someone on vocals and it became an instant hit at parties. And I think Rock Band, personally, this could go far for me. So I definitely want somewhere on here.
Yeah, we'll consider Rock Band. That should go on a short list.
Cool.
Let's see. Do you want me to read I'll read them. Yeah.
Sure. I can pull them up. I might have to resize it a little, but I definitely have to resize it a little.
You just let me know when you want me to start saying things.
You start saying them. You start saying them. Sure.
Well, first off, Ben JC says, "Do I really need to explain?" And it is Super Mario Galaxy. Love that box art. I had a mobile from a GameStop. I forget how I had it. It was like a cardboard cutout, but it was a bit 3-dimensional, and it could spin for some reason for Mario Galaxy. I had that in my room for a long time. CyberRez says Halo 3. Credit Sweet Basketball says, I don't know if it's Game of the Year, but I'd say Caden Lynch, Deadman, had some real impact on the games industry, although probably not the impact the developers intended. It'd be weird to play that game now, right?
Yeah.
Sadly, I don't think you could play it on Giant Bomb. I think there'd be too much baggage there.
Yeah,
but it's a part of
the first game. It was it was the other Caden Lynch that was the
still.
I'm staying out of this one. I'm washing my hands of this one. I ain't touched it.
All right. Super Bopio RPG says, gotta be Mass Effect 1, a true space RPG when BioWare couldn't miss. The space politics, the good, bad decisions with meaningful consequences, the planet exploration, and I'm tired of trying to pretend that Mako controlled poorly. The Mako ruled, damn it. I never had a problem with the Mako. I never had a big problem with it. I don't know if I loved it.
I don't think it's terrible, but it's not great.
I never had some big problem with it. Mr. Bower said another really strong year for video games. Best game, BioShock. Honorable mention to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials, and
sure.
Yeah. Is that the third one? I always kind of get mixed up. I think that's the third one, right? That's the best
can't
one.
remember. I can't remember.
Trials Tribulations, and then for Justice for All. I always kind of struggle remembering.
So I think this would be number 2, wouldn't it?
Would it be number 2?
Why don't you keep going? Someone will correct us, or I'll look it up.
That's why I was by time. I was waiting for somebody in chat to help me. If it's number 2, I like that one, but I like 1 and 3 more than I like the second one, to be honest. Trials is 3, Justice for All 2. So this is the third one. Okay.
That's what I thought. Okay.
That is a very good one. Doom Animal Crossing says, I replayed Metroid Prime 3 Corruption for the first time in ages last month for a podcast, and I gotta say, this might be the single most criminally underrated title in the whole series. Is it the weakest in Prime trilogy? Sure. That's like comparing an Audi to a Ferrari and a Lambo. So a wonderful release and one of the best titles you can play on the Wii. But unfortunately, I cannot put it as my number 1 because it also came out the same year as the best Wii title and my second favorite game of all time, Super Mario Galaxy. True masterpiece in every sense of the word. Yeah,
Mario Galaxy. Anytime you say Super Mario something, I'm like, Super Mario Galaxy.
No, it's RPG, bro.
Beef Hammer says, one of my most distinct memories in the first month I played online Halo 3 with my two brothers as we sat around TV with a crappy tennis screen. But wait, Persona 3 came out in 2007? It was my favorite game of all time for years and taught me that it's okay for a game you love to be flawed. Like the lack of control for party members and having a tactics menu is weird, but that was intentional. You're supposed to be a leader of real characters, not some omnipotent god controlling them. I'd rather a game have imperfections and flaws than go for widespread appeal, but be too afraid to do something original and unique like P3. Even the daily life sim was specifically tied to into 3 with its overarching theme of time and the message that we don't have enough of it to do everything in life. 4 and 5 have different themes and should have reflected it in gameplay. Okay. Yeah. Super Harmon says Mass Effect was a game I obsessed over for a long time. It was part of the reason I got 360 in the first place, even though I fell off the franchise after 3 disappointed. This was still such a great evolution of BioWare RPG. Yeah, BioWare was very much in a can't-miss phase for a while there. They were doing really well.
Definitely.
Jackie G says the obvious answer is Mario Galaxy, but you handsome chaps already know that, so I'm going to take this one opportunity to say how much I love The Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass. Maybe the punching bag of the series for a lot of people, but it will always hold a special place in my heart. Yeah, I think we're both... This is Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks are like a bit black sheepy for me when it comes to the Zelda, which is a shame because I love Wind Waker's my favorite Zelda game.
Prior to Breath of the Wild, same. But Phantom Hourglass, I think, is all right. Spirit Tracks is where they lost me. I think this one's okay. It's just, man, using the stylus and everything, like it works well enough, but it still just doesn't feel quite right. Everything about this felt a little gimmicky, even if
something felt off.
Yeah, something felt off, even if the core Zelda stuff is solid.
Casual, but on holiday says I'm just going to continue this nautical theme we got going. It says Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. Okay. I don't think I ever played that one. Yeah. Revan says, I can't pick a best, but I got an easily worst of Games for Windows Live launched on May 8th. Oh, wow. That's incredible.
That whole thing. Holy shit. Mike, are you able to explain that for the younger viewers who might not know?
No, I barely understood it when it happened. it was just like they had like a weird proprietary like platform for PC games.
They were basically trying to like do Steam because Steam was starting to become a thing. They're like, wait, we own Windows. Let's just roll gaming into Windows and everything like that. But the problem is, end up just being their layer of DRM, and any game that has this DRM doesn't function anymore. Everyone had to like convert code so that they would work on Steam and everything. It was a whole mess. And it's hilarious that they're still kind of figuring things out with gaming on Windows with the Xbox app and everything like that. Now you know why people disparage it so much.
It sucked.
Yeah.
Tokyo Game Life says boring answer, Mario Galaxy. Cool guy answer, Uenden 2, the Japan-only sequel to the game that Elite Beat Agents is based on. There's many improvements to that game, and you could even download the agents as skins. Someday I do need to like get those two games. I don't think they'll hit for me quite like Elite Beat Agents because I like the Western music in there, but I'm sure I'll still enjoy those.
Dude, I was listening to the soundtrack of Elite Beat Agents. Like someone put together like a Spotify playlist of just like all the songs, but they were the actual songs. I'm like, man, this soundtrack slaps.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's amazing stuff. Freshly Streamed Game says, well, you guys made a mistake putting Half-Life 2 above Halo 2 in 2004, so now's your chance to make it right. Halo 3 is the best game of 2007.
I wouldn't say it. I'm saying out this one.
Halo 3 came out and I played a bit of it. I just didn't really care very much. I gotta be honest. I think I played the campaign for like an hour.
I like it, but it's not my favorite Halo game. Yeah. In terms of importance, like we did talk, where did I even put it
very important.
now? Like, it's on the short list because of importance, but I don't know. We'll see.
I get it. So I probably would enjoy it more now, especially if I played it on PC and I didn't have to use
it. It is good on the Master Chief Collection, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm sorry. Like I know it's weird. I don't know why, especially at this point when Halo is kind of at its height. I just didn't really care about Halo, but I did it.
Sure.
The Boulder Gatewolf 5 says, Uncharted fans, this is our time. This year marks the start of one of the greatest gaming franchises of all time. Me and millions of people love this franchise with every fiber of being. That being said, my choice goes to Super Mario Galaxy. Yes, kind of
even Uncharted Wolf knows. Even he knows. Like it's all right. It's all right.
Jamie H1224 says, if the orange box is eligible, then I nominate Castlevania: The Dracula X Chronicles on PSP, only because it contains Symphony of the Night as an unlockable extra. It did, and also had the original version of Rondo of Blood on there. The remake of Rondo of Blood, that was like the main package was okay, but the original still was incredible.
Yeah.
Alex says Mario Galaxy and Phantom Hourglass are pretty cool. Well, you're half right, Alex. Clink says, I'm shocked that Portal hasn't been brought up yet, but speaks to how brutal this year is. Also, shout out to Bioshock and Mass Effect. Both games are exceptional and the best in their series. Don't listen to Mass Effect 2 fans there. Wrong. There's a lot more people kind of coming. Damn it, that's going to become a clip. There's a lot more people changing over to the Mass Effect 1 side. It feels like it used to be you'd only hear Mass Effect 2 when people were asked what their favorite was. Always Be Clothing says, I can still hear Saren in my head to this day. Set the charges, destroy the entire colony. He says Mass Effect. Evo Janice says rock band parties. Played so much we broke the plastic foot pedal for the drums. Had to get a metal reinforced one eventually. My brother did the same thing. My brother.
That was a racket for a while. Yeah, like reinforced instruments for those things. Definitely.
JD Camp says Looney Tunes Acme Arsenal and some picture of Bugs Bunny with a gun. So that's interesting. Gotta see what the hell that's about someday. Sludge Reinhold says it's time to finish the fight. The only right choice is Portal. Screaming Man says Madden NFL 08 had I Don't Want to Stop by Ozzy Osbourne and Vince Young on the cover. But if that won't cut it, yeah, another vote for Super Mario Galaxy. Heck, even a shout out to Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock.
Hey.
We'll never forget to playing Slow Ride by Foghat for the first time. Mech says Persona 3 really set the tone direction of what future Persona games would be, with its wonderful cast and engaging social link system. Also boasts one of the best soundtracks of all time by the legendary Shoji Meguro. Yeah, we didn't talk about the soundtrack's insanely good. It's insanely good. This cover rules actually too. Just like
I listen to the soundtrack all the time still. Like I listen to a lot of Persona music because it is just good listening music, but I do listen to this specifically all the time because like the techno and stuff in it, it's very good.
The whole aesthetics of Persona 3 were amazing.
Yeah.
That's what kind of carries the series forward still, but it was nailed immediately in Persona 3. It's it was a PlayStation 2 game at this point, right? We're talking about Halo 3 and Modern Warfare and BioShock, but Persona 3 still stood out. It was fantastic.
Definitely.
Villamax says, I love Halo 3, but it's Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, the game to truly put COD on the map and change online shooters forever with its progression. Joyzy spells their name like that. Thank you so much. Says, I hope you like Daddy's Pipe Dream and audio logs because it's BioShock. You know what? I do like Pipe Dream. I like the hacking mini. I like hacking mini games.
You know what,
general.
Mike? I do too. I'm a sucker for them.
Yeah, it was an easy target for people to make fun of, but I like that shit. Give it to me. I'm all about it. Dr. Lynch says, I think that one of my favorite game of the year after reflection is Super Mario Galaxy, and it is hard to argue against Modern Warfare as the most impactful in the industry. I want to give a shout out to the release of the original Assassin's Creed. The game doesn't really hold up at all, and it's certainly one of, if not the weakest games in the series in terms of gameplay, but it was brilliant when it first released. As an Islamic historian in training at the time, the ability to experience cities like Jerusalem and Damascus that I had been studying, that were put together with care, along with a cool narrative, was revolutionary for me. And of course, we just need to think about the machine that it has spawned. Yeah. I mean, it is just, like, it's funny that it did start then. There's a lot of franchises around then, like Kane and Lynch, that went nowhere. Assassin's Creed still going very strong.
That's true.
Even with a few roadblocks. Surface Kane says, okay, look, I know this might look like some anime bullshit. Yeah, it does. But as someone who loved fighting games and then most of their gaming on the DS 2007 system that was absolutely starved for traditional 2D fighting games, Bleach, the Blade of Fate was like water in the desert for me. Sean, did you play this? Can you speak to this Bleach fighting game for the DS?
I did not play this. I will defer. Christian, did you play this?
Yeah, this is pretty good. It's and for the DS, which
I've heard very good things about it. I just never touched it myself.
You didn't got Bleach games, period, and you didn't got like fighting games on the DS. Right. So it was pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to check it out sometime. It's neat.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The thing's existence intrigues me for sure.
Definitely.
Chaos Buckaroo says Super Mario Galaxy. Hammond of Texas says Team Fortress 2, released as part of the Orange Box. This game remains one of the best playing team-based multiplayer shooters ever made. Continues to also be one of the most popular games on Steam 16 years later, consistently being in the top 10 on the Steam most playlist on a daily basis. Yeah, but I'm calling bullshit on that after we tried to play it that one time.
God.
And it was clearly, I think it's almost entirely all bots or something.
No, dude, you guys didn't set up the server properly because you didn't have me running TNT.
That's right.
That's what happened.
Yeah. It wasn't. That's probably the actual problem. Yeah, you're right.
We might revisit at some point, and I'll get an actual server going for us.
Yeah, it was a disaster. It went very poorly. Teriyaki Blue says some really good. Oh, sorry, chat saying they fixed the bot issue. We'll see. Teriyaki Blue says some really good games this year, but I suppose I'll give my vote to the only game I've gone to a midnight release for, Halo 3. Walmart gave us some dinky plastic dog tags for showing up. School was brutal the next morning, but it was worth it to play that sweet multiplayer at launch. Was Halo 3 the one with the collector's edition that had the cat helmet?
Yeah.
Remember? Yeah.
Yeah.
This was the era of midnight launches for me. I was going to a ton of midnight launches around this era. They were always kind of fun.
Yeah, I missed the midnight launch. I don't know if I've ever told the midnight launch story that I have. The last one that I went to was for well, actually not the last one. The second to last one that I went to was for GTA 5. And this was when I was in my first year of college. Well, first of 1.5. But I was going to school in Milwaukee, and it was very cool because I went to the nearest GameStop, which happened to be sort of in a slightly rough neighborhood, but it was fine. But it was this interesting hodgepodge of the college kids and the cholos just getting off work in their like construction vests and everything. And we all show up at the GameStop, and we're all just talking about GTA and shit. We're all coming together. The manager put on this like trivia thing for everybody, where he was like reading questions, and one of them was, what is the main character's name in GTA 3? And I'm just like, yo, it's Claude. And I got myself one of those promotional boxes that GameStop has, like the big ass empty boxes.
Yeah. Those are cool.
Carried that home on the bus with me with my shiny new copy of GTA 5. It was awesome. Yeah, I just miss midnight launches so much. Sorry, had to squeeze that in there.
I was glad I got to do one for Tears of the Kingdom. It was like old times there.
Yeah.
Ali Miracle says this game. Yes, this game fucking ruled. Though the re-release of this recently could use something better than the current racist netcode. Lol. Virtual Fighter 5. What do they mean by racist netcode, Sean?
I'm sure it's a joke someone's made at some point, but this game has some whack ass netcode now, where it's like, this is the only fighting game I've ever known that isn't like massively multiplayer in some way that uses like server-based netcode.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's really weird. They might be referencing like the fact that it kind of only works in Japan or something like that. Yeah, it's odd. But yeah, Virtua Fighter 5, very good game, by the way.
Yeah, I remember it was good. I remember also realizing, like, man, this game's... I played Virtual Fighter, 2 a lot. I was like, this game got complicated.
Yeah.
I remember trying to play as... Because there was, like, a luchador, basically, that looked like Rey Mysterio, so I wanted to play as them. And it was very difficult. There's a lot going on. But very cool game. Michael Riley says, I'm new to the producer life. Hi, Michael. Hey. So, hoping I do this properly, but my game of the year for 2007 was Call of Duty 4. The time where Call of Duty felt fresh and innovative. I've fallen off the franchise since then, but that game consumed so many hours of my high school free time. Yeah, that's basically how I feel about it. T-Money OG says, I think the best game is Mario Galaxy, but my favorite is Mass Effect. It's my favorite game in the series, and I played through it 4 or 5 times. It also introduces us to 2 of my favorite characters ever, Garrus and Rex.
Sure.
Yeah, like there are some very good characters introduced in 2, like Thane and like Morden. Morden, is that right? Yeah. But
no, I don't know, Mike.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Sorry.
Overall, I think Mass Effect 1's crew is kind of the best. There's not a lot of filler here except for those 2 rando human characters.
Okay.
Morden, that's right. Okay, good. Thank you, chat. Zub Mir says, after a quick Google search, I'm surprised no one has said BioShock. Yeah, I think somebody said BioShock.
I think
but they might have just posted a picture of it. That's why they did the search. Yeah, BioShock was said. But yeah, definitely would be one of my picks for sure. Vision 49 says, wake me when you need me. We should not have woken his ass up. We did not need him. Shouts to Stalker, Medal of Honor, Airborne, which is the best in the series and does a lot of really cool stuff, but landed at the height of World War II FPS fatigue and to switch to modern settings, and Guitar Hero 3, the best Guitar Hero.
That's true.
Dr. Ryan says, would you kindly put this in number 1? Portal, an extremely close number 2. They have BioShock here. NMGC says, I don't know exactly when this series got good, but Trackmania United is the first game I played, and the part racing game part ultra-hard platformer series that is bizarrely still developed and published by Ubisoft. There are a few greater feels of gaming than finally mastering a track that has you soaring between floating platforms or careening from massive half-pipe to half-pipe at over 400 kilometers an hour. Unfortunately, this series has gone the free-to-play route. These earlier entries, including 2016's Trackmania Turbo, are absolute masterclasses, and anyone who's poured dozens of hours into Super Meat Boy Celeste, Ghost Runner, etc. would be right at home. I never really got into Trackmania. How about you, Sean?
I've messed around with some of the newer ones after watching like some speed runs and whatnot. But yeah, I never played it back in the day, certainly. I didn't realize that it was this old, honestly. I thought it was a little bit newer than that, but sure, on the PC at least. Interesting.
Legion 428 says the original Mass Effect and my personal GOAT Mario game, Super Mario Galaxy. A lot of love for Mass Effect 1 here. I'm a little surprised, but kind of happy. Crouching Kringle Hidden Krampus says it's truly a great year because the Big Bang Theory started this year. Bazinga. Sean, I know you're a giant Big Bang Theory fan. It must be a very exciting year for you.
Boo! This show
fuck that show.
Fuck that show. And I'm a guy who actually kind of likes like the early 2.5 Men too, where it was like fish out of water stuff. And even I could get on board for this.
No, 2.5 Men is actually kind of okay, but no, this shit is ass.
Because I bring it up because it's the same director,
it's
producer, something like that.
Lauren,
whatever. Yeah. But yeah, it just did not translate to this. No.
Sasquatch Xing says boring answer Mass Effect. Oddball answer Rune Factory. Game that made me love the characters' odd personalities and continue every game in the series and broke me for Stardew Valley and hating the entire town. I never really did play Rune Factory or any of them, really. It's something I kind of always want to do.
Yeah, the most recent one, what, is it 5 or like a remake of 5 or
something? I remember there was
Switch?
5, and I remember some people said like just play the version of 4 on there instead or something. Okay. I can't remember if that's right.
Whichever one,
some on Switch.
Whichever one people have been talking about has been
Chad,
on
if I was to play
What was that?
Oh, sorry, Chad. If I was to play a Rune Factory, which one should it be?
Oh, yeah, I think it might be 5, but this has been on my backlog forever. Yeah, to play this, so yeah, I'm interested too.
Redfish says Team Fortress 2. They show their Steam playtime on it is 2,497.7 hours. Okay, wow,
damn.
This hasn't come
Congrats.
up yet. Days in Man 2 says when I think of 2007, I think of my favorite Pokemon gen ever. While slightly unoptimized and significantly outclassed by Platinum, these games introduce the franchise to arguably the most important features in the series: online play and physical/special split.
We haven't talked about this yet.
Yeah, you're the Pokemon guy. I liked Diamond and Pearl fine when they came out. What do you think about Diamond and Pearl?
I believe I'm going to disappoint Benji Bop in saying this. This is my least favorite generation of Pokemon by a long shot. Yeah, I do not like Sinnoh and everything that goes with it. I don't like these dumbass looking legendaries on the cover. One of them's a weird giraffe. One of them's a penis monster. T-Bucket 23 does point out this gen birthed Lopunny though, so I gotta give props where props is due. It looks like a penis, dude.
Their shoulders
it's just
balls.
a dick and balls. It's weird.
Just a dick and balls.
Yeah, Palkia is weird, but yeah, I've just never liked it that much. It's because it's so safe is the weird thing. They literally made this with the intention of it potentially being the final Pokemon game. So they're like, we are going to make I think the term was ultimate, the ultimate Pokemon game. Everything's going to be ultimate. And so what they did is they made it as like close to Gen 1 as possible, just like what they could achieve on the DS. And hey, as it turns out, kind of boring is how I see it. But
it's kind of forgettable. I think we'll talk again in Gen 5, right?
Yeah, we'll talk in Gen 5 where we're getting there's a newer one or an older one than that'll come up first. That is definitely going to be in the running, Heart Gold, Soul Silver. But all I'll say is chat's right. Gen 4 gave us Cynthia, therefore, number 1 game of the year.
Cynthia, she's a really cool dancer. Cynthia, Boogie to the Groove. That's a Rugrats reference. Sorry.
Oh, Nickelodeon. Oh my God, sacrilege.
Look, I'm sorry. He said Cynthia. That's what I think of. DMC Depressed Me Crying says, just putting this to Scott the Waz doesn't beat me with a copy of Chibi Robo Ziplash again. It's Madden 08. Deep Cleavage.
Real quick, I have heard that Madden 08 is decent.
Is
for
it a
what's
good one?
Worth. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah. I believe you.
Sorry, anyways.
Deep Cleavage says, "Y'all snubbed too, so surely you cannot deny the greatness that is Halo 3. Ah, you'd be surprised. I think we gave Halo 1 love. You know, we did do that.
Yeah.
And then it's like, yeah, they made more.
Hey, Halo 3 is on the short list.
Yeah, maybe it'll be on the final list. I don't know. Maybe not, but we'll see. Grubb says, here's what the list should be. Don't argue unless you hate sick kids. You'd be surprised how much I dislike sick kids. Super Mario Galaxy, Modern Warfare, Portal, Mass Effect, and Crackdown. We haven't even talked about Crackdown yet.
Yeah, there's a reason for that.
I like Crackdown. I think
it's fine.
Top 5.
It's fine. Not top 5. It ain't top 5.
Even as someone
who likes the like Hulk Ultimate Destruction sort of gameplay.
Sure.
Nah, I ain't about Crackdown. Sorry, what you were saying?
I like Crackdown. It is more to me than just the Halo 3 demo game for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know about top 5. Then Bugadillo says it's Peggle. You know it's in your hearts. That's one of the best capture games of all time. One of the best. Like I like Peggle fun.
It's really good. It's really good, but not
All right, it's time to start doing some deciding here.
Okay, so I have something to say on the topic here, Mike. I think maybe we do need to split up the orange box. The way people were talking about it and the way it's presented everywhere, I thought about it a little more. I'd like everywhere does like I sort of like looked. I'm like, how do people see this? And they're like, it's a compilation.
Run a poll right now. See if people think we should split up the orange box or not. It's a compilation of new games that had just come out. It's different than a compilation.
Is, but
nobody got just Half-Life 2. Nobody got just Portal. They got the orange box. It is like
it's a little weird.
It's weird, which is why I'm thinking, because it's like if you buy them today, though, they're separate products, which is sort of how I'm looking at it.
Yeah, but it's 2007. You had to get your mind on that year,
right? But it's a box product. It's like I mentioned, I bought the Uncharted trilogy.
Why don't you run a poll?
Well, that's going to be loaded, though, because the people who like it are going to be like, don't split it up.
Oh, because so the poll will be loaded because people will vote the way they want to.
I mean, I don't have access to it. If someone else wants to do a poll.
I don't know. I can't actually make polls in YouTube. I think only Jeff's ever had that power. So I guess we can't do that.
Okay, I can do it. Give me a second. You want to vamp a little bit? I'll get a poll going.
I never had this ability for some reason. I can do it on Giant Bomb. I can make all the polls I want to over there. So I don't know. I'm curious. Well, if we separate
this is a serious site, goddammit, a serious whatever we call this.
If we separate one, the only one I would really push would be Portal, which I feel like you don't even.
Yes.
Well, that's the thing, though. I'm like, I legitimately just thinking about it. I'm like, it would actually kind of feel weird to say orange box, but I would actually be okay saying Portal is in top 5. I don't know, something about that.
I've seen other top 5s or like lists where they say straight up the orange box. It's not like we're like being.
But it's like a wiki thing, you know. It shows up as like one entry and shit.
No, I've seen people like talking about like, oh yeah, the orange box when like you talk about Portal, Half-Life, and Team Fortress, like. It is a thing. It's not like it's not weird. You're making it weird.
Yeah, you're the weird one.
Yeah, you're making it weird. I think the orange book is completely okay.
Are you okay?
Got reviewed as a collection.
Are you okay if I put game in quotes if I say separate or one game?
I don't know. Phrase it however you want to.
Okay, there we go.
What are you doing?
Yeah, it seems like a pretty straightforward question to me.
It's not a game. It's a collection of games, and like, I don't know.
God. Whatever. Yeah, sure. Whatever you want. We'll let that run. What do you think should be number 1? I'm curious.
Out of all of these, that is a very interesting question. I think it is between the two that are currently like we sort of have as locks right now.
Modern Warfare Galaxy.
Yeah, like
those are kind of 2 locks.
Yeah, it's hard to say which, if we're ranking them, which one would be number 1. I personally like Modern Warfare more, but I also wouldn't like argue to the ends of the earth if someone wants to put Galaxy as one. So like if you feel strongly about Galaxy.
I feel pretty strongly about Galaxy. It was the one that probably got mentioned the most in the Discord, right?
I think so. I think you did, yeah.
And Grubb had a number 1 also. But I do think Modern Warfare is then number 2 for sure.
Right. That feels right to me, and I would be okay putting it at 2 because it's like as much as I love it, it's like I can't deny how like legendary Galaxy is at this point.
Would you believe the poll was 50-50?
I know.
All right, well, look, we'll just separate them. Let's just talk about Portal. Would you put Portal in the top 5?
I would be totally willing to put Portal in the top 5. Yeah, like here.
I think so too.
Because like, do you care enough about Half-Life 2 Episode 1 to like put as its own thing if we do separate them?
Or no, Episode not 2, that much. Or same with Team Fortress 2. To be honest, Portal was the
I
one.
I would like put. I would put Team Fortress 2 there, like if we want to post this list, and I would probably keep it there. Is what I would do there.
Yeah. Okay, but like, what do you think should be number 3? Personally, and we don't have. This isn't probably where we have to go. For me, it would be BioShock. I don't know if other people feel that strongly about BioShock.
I actually thought you were gonna say Portal.
No, maybe not number 3. I think I like BioShock even more than Portal.
Okay. Well, the thing is there then, I would probably put another game above Portal if Portal would be number 5 then.
What's that?
I would feel either Persona or Rock Band. Like,
I would probably think Persona.
Really?
More so than Rock Band. I mean, like, even at that time, I liked Rock Band a lot. I get it. You know, we were playing instruments. I got over it. Like, I got over it a little bit. It was always fun. It was, but I had to be talked into playing these games a lot. So if you did it like that, okay. So yeah, look, Mass Effect's not gonna happen. The one I feel more bad about is Mass Effect 1, just because I'm a little surprised how much love it got. But I don't know.
I'm looking at this list right now, this top 5. For the audio listeners, as it stands, like we would have number 1 is Super Mario Galaxy, number 2 is Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, 3 is BioShock, 4 is Persona 3, 5 is Portal. I would personally put Persona 3 above BioShock, but if you feel strongly enough about it that you want to add 3,
I think I'd still put BioShock at 3 again. I think base Persona 3 has just enough problem for me that I'll do it like that. And you know, would I like to get Mass Effect 1 in here? Sure. But again, like Mass Effect 2 does make a lot of improvements. Mass Effect 1 would be number 6 for sure.
Right.
But yeah.
Okay, I feel good about that list, honestly. Like, friendly reminder to everyone, this is the Game Mess list. This is not necessarily your list.
So I'm surprised how strongly people feel about Mass Effect 1. Because again, I always thought like it was a very decidedly people like Mass Effect 2 a lot more. Halo 3, hey, you can be mad at me about Halo 3. I get it. I'm sorry. I'm not.
Yo,
I don't know.
We forgot about Stalker. Come on.
I never played that game, so that's fine.
Did we, though?
Fine. Did we forget about Stalker?
I think someone might have mentioned it and we glossed over it. But yeah, I don't know. I feel good about this list. And I even feel good about the honorable mentions down below. I think this is solid. And Mikey O'Leary says in the chat, this list makes sense for Sean Oddie.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, you guys really wish Grubb was here to force crackdown on the list. Like, what do you think you'd be getting here? Come on.
I feel good about this. How you feel, Mike? You think this is a good final list? Just leave it as
I think it's good. I think there's so many big games people are going to get mad no matter what.
Yeah, like I'm sure the Halo fans are going to be like, not Halo 3. Well, it's down there below the actual list. Like,
Mikey O'Leary saying that the list is correct. Yeah, I think you're insane if you think these 5 games we mentioned aren't kind of all-time great games. So I don't know how you could be upset.
I feel good about this. One last time for the audio listeners. That is Super Mario Galaxy number 1, Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare at 2. Number 3 is BioShock. Number 4 is Persona 3. Number 5 is Portal.
It's funny because like the shift really is happening with a lot more Western games. Are still, you know, like they are outnumbering the Japanese games. I wonder if that's for the first time or not here. It'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Let's take one more break. We'll get back. We'll read last super chat, talk a little bit about what we're playing, start wrapping up. How's that sound?
Sounds good to me.
We are in a break right now. This is a commercial break. You want to take a leak? What are you going to do?
I can jump back in. Actually. Yeah, let me take...
All right, sure thing.
Take Penny out. Penny's not here. She's in boarding because I'm flying home tomorrow.
Hey. I was wondering why we couldn't hear Penny.
Yeah. Yo. Stalker. Pretty good.
Now, Christian, I'm realizing the one problem here is that we aren't going to be able to say Persona 3 Fez like next year.
It's okay.
It's okay. At least Persona 3 got in there at some point, right?
Yeah.
That's a good game.
People don't like Persona 3 Fez, even though I think it's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, I think people latch on to...
the best opening of them all.
It's very good. I think people latch on to how the answer, right? The answer isn't very good. Yeah. Let's see, how we doing on the stats and everything? Oh, we're over 100 likes, and we didn't even have to like poke and prod people too hard. But thanks everybody. You know how Mike likes to get over the 100 likes. But hey, if you haven't pressed it yet, make sure to hit that thumbs up.
Hit it.
But yeah, we will get to super chats here when Mike gets back. So if anyone has any last minute ones, like I saw Allie put one in there, we'll definitely get to those in just a second. I'm a little surprised you let me put Persona 3 over Portal. Gotta be honest. I didn't know if that would fly, but I'm glad Mikey likes it, so seemed to work out. Is RE4 Wii not unique enough for this? No, because that is ultimately just a port, even if it is like an enhanced port and everything. Yeah.
I like Persona 3 more than every video game that's on that list, so I don't know what to tell you.
I do really like Mario Galaxy.
I do really like Mario Galaxy, but I don't like it more than Persona 3.
Yeah. Like movie,
I need to rewatch that movie, the Persona 3 movie, because I think it's a prequel.
I don't know. I don't think it's an adaptation. I think it might be what do you call it, an interquel where it like takes place in between some stuff. But
yeah, I think it's a prequel.
Okay, I'll have to check it out at some point because that is
it wasn't Crunchyroll. I saw it there.
I've watched the other anime. It's cool. Like I like how the 4 one just sort of like makes fun of the main character a little bit. It's like, yeah, he was a dumbass in your playthrough, wasn't he? He's gonna act like a dumbass. That's kind of cute.
Did you
I didn't watch 5. I don't know. They look cheap as fuck. Ain't gonna lie to you.
Did you tweet out the list, or should I do that?
I did not. You want me to? Because I can.
I'll do it.
Oh, I think Chef should tweet it.
I don't know if Jeff's still here.
Oh, Chef's not.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, yeah, you tweet it and I'll retweet it or whatever.
Yeah, I'll tweet it.
That's good.
Tag Dan. He wants to. He would like to know.
I don't want to. What would Dan be upset about? He probably would want Rock Band, I imagine.
Yeah.
He's gonna say, "What is Persona?"
I don't think. Yeah, he would not. Yeah,
he's definitely not gonna have Persona on his list. Yeah, definitely.
Well, this is a JRPG. What you have to?
You gotta press
that's boring
for stuff to happen. I don't know.
Oh, someone asked about the poll because when it was really close, and then we were just like, "Yeah, it's fine."
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like some binding thing. It was 50-50, and I kind of got the argument. I did. Yeah. I get it.
I literally looked up IGN 2007 Game of the Year, and it said the orange box.
All right.
Yeah, you know, I do think even back then I did think that was cheating. I have to admit.
Yeah.
I think.
I don't know.
No Crackdown. Will you hate sick kids? I can see it.
I told you they did. They might get me sick. They keep them away.
Also, who loves sick kids? Like, you want them to be healthy.
That's true.
Wouldn't it be better? Would it be better to be?
We are keeping I was gonna say crackless. We're keeping Crackdown off the list as a service here, everybody.
We're curing kids. I've tweeted it.
Yeah, that's a good point. It would be like saying your favorite arcade game is the arcade I go to.
That ain't it. No, that's what. Get the fuck out of here.
Let's get back to it. And we are back. Sean, what have you been playing?
I have been playing a variety of things, including Mario Wonder. I had a list here. I had to pull up. I am almost done with Mario Wonder. I got the final. I realized I said it wrong the other day when I was talking about the final Royal Seed. I think it is, right?
So like you mean like beat it? You don't mean like the 100% beat that bonus
no.
hard level?
I have been 100%ing as I go. That's why it's been taking me so long. And I just got the final Royal Seed. I don't know how it ends. I assume you go to Bowser or whatever happens there. And I know there's a super hard final level or what final area as there often is, which I'm looking forward to because Mike, I feel like this game is a bit easy.
It is a bit easy. That was one of my kind of complaints, I guess. And hey, look, I get it. Yeah. It is a Mario game, but I did feel that, and I like the challenge levels. I could even use more of those. But yeah, I did kind of wish it was, you go back to like a Mario 3, right? Like that game's pretty hard. Maybe it was a bit too hard, to be honest. But it is fun to be challenged. A lot of us, if you're playing a lot of like New Super Mario Brothers and you're just playing these ridiculously hard levels, it kind of feels like you were doing some Goku in the gravity chamber stuff, right? And now you're just playing like a normal Mario game.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly. So yeah, I get that a little bit.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I think that's why I'm a little down on the game. Not like, Ooh. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's really, really good, but it's like,
it's not like a top 5 for you.
It's not a top 5 of the year, probably. It's like just.
That's why you
outside.
Can't be a Nintendo. That's why you're not a permanent.
Damn,
Nintendo.
I'm not in the club. Shit. But no, I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's just it does feel like there is sort of like still some new Super Mario Bros. DNA and like the platforming and everything. And I don't know. I think that's fine. It is a very delightful game. I'll give it that. And so I'm still having a good time, even if it is rather easy. I don't know. I think it's really good. That's where I'm sitting at with it.
Especially because, like, I'm sure like Mario Odyssey wasn't some hard game, but I never thought that about it. I never thought, like, this feels a little too breezy, a little too...
Right, because there's challenge where it needs to be challenged. I think there's a good curve. I think this game is missing a little bit of the curve, because, like, even that, the lava level, which is what... That is the final major world. Yeah, outside of the special stages is the lava world.
Yeah, well, there's like some, as you go towards Bowser, there will be more. But that's like the last main one.
Okay, yeah, even that, there's a lot of easy stuff in there. And then like, 3, like 4-star levels. I don't find the 4-star levels all that challenging. But, it's more of a me thing. It's a family game. They need a decent curve, especially since this is going to be a big multiplayer one.
Yeah. Gosh, I haven't really been able to play a whole ton this week, which is bad because I'm running out of time to play games and I'm going on another.
You've been playing Modern Warfare 3, right, Mike? Like we were.
No, I did not. Yeah, you guys were. Doing
know.
That.
I saw you talking about that. You're just like you're not.
I don't even have that game installed now.
Okay, yeah.
I couldn't care less.
I played some multiplayer to get ready for our thing today, but I'm not gonna play a campaign or anything because apparently it's ass.
Right. Yeah. Didn't even consider it.
Yeah.
I think I even like got a code at some point, but it's just like, nah, that's not going to be, I will not be doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, I started Alan Wake 2, just played a few hours and am enjoying that, but I want to play more, but I also want to stream it. So I'm kind of waiting for my internet to get looked at on Monday because it's been acting up all week. Although I've been, knock on wood, been holding in there during this.
Yeah, it's all right. You got like pixelated once, but outside that, it's been good. So we'll see.
Yeah, whenever I start like an MMO, it gets really bad for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know what that could be. Fetching playlists or something. Yeah, something's like making it go funky.
Something's going on there. So getting that looked at. I've been on a Tetris kick ever since my Disney trip, though. Like I was playing a lot of Tetris Effect in Disney, and now that I'm home, even though like I have Star Ocean, I'm enjoying that, and I thought I'd play that till Mario RPG came out. I'm actually playing a lot of Tetris 99 until tomorrow when I get Mario RPG, which has been fun. It has the Mario RPG theme that you were able to earn in that event that was going on earlier this week. I finally got a top 10 finish, so that's something. I don't know if I'm going to be able to win.
You've never won before?
No, because I never played that much of it when it was newer, when I may have had a chance. Now I'm playing against the Tetris freaks, Yeah. And they're very good, and it can get very difficult, and I'm not amazing at Tetris.
Okay, I'm pretty good at Tetris, but even I've never got a win. I get a lot of second places, but I didn't play it. I played it a good amount at the beginning, and now it's like it's basically just people who are really good at Tetris outside of when the events happen, which brings more casuals in. Yeah, it's tough to get those first place wins. You mentioned Star Ocean when you were talking about your playing stuff. Have you played any more of that since talking about it? Or?
Not really. I'm still pretty early on that, but I really do like it. I think I am like I just started to kind of get the feel, and then I imagine, tomorrow Mario RPG, I'm going to play through that, and I imagine I'm going to play through that pretty quickly, and then I'm going to go right back into Star Ocean because that's a fun game, and it's probably the best looking HD 2D RPG. Since like Octopath and Live Alive.
Right. I did start it up. I got to like the end of the demo area. But I do have the full game. I got to download. I've been playing on my PC. First of all, it's like interesting playing like an HD 2D game at 120 FPS. It's very smooth, but it feels good. I like the combat and everything. It's interesting what this package is, because obviously the graphics are like the big draw. I don't even know, Mike, like the script and the voice acting are apparently pulled from the PSP version, like the enhanced port.
And it's interesting because if you pick Japanese voice options, it seems like there was a new voice acting recorded for this version.
Yeah,
but like The voice acting, it's okay. It
It's
does
fine.
sound a little like this is kind of how these
from
games used to sound.
2008 or whatever that came out.
Yeah, it's fine. It doesn't necessarily bother me. But
dude, you know who voices the main character?
Who is it? Chris Pratt. That's funny, right? Why do you say Chris Pratt's name?
The voice of Shinji from Evangelion. Just like this whiny little kid, iconic anime voice.
Yeah. How much Evangelion do you think I've seen?
I don't know, Mike, because I can never tell with you which ones you have and have not watched.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. I've never seen Evangelion.
Okay. It's just weird hearing this.
He is kind of a whiny kid voice, though. Yeah, he sounds kind of. He's supposed to be like a cool dude, and he's kind of a whiny loser.
No, in English. The English voice of Shinji is the English voice of the main character in the Star Ocean remake, because he voiced it on the PSP. And so it's just like, I just hear this like voice coming out of this person. I'm just like, you're the little twerp who was like, no, father, I don't want to get in the robot. I'm like, oh my God, this is weird. This is so weird.
I bet he gets in the robot.
Eventually he does. Did you have any other games? Because I have one more.
No, I'm basically just waiting for Mario RPG. Okay. I did, for some reason, reinstall World of Warcraft and got a subscription going.
Mike.
I know. Just all this stuff about the new expansions, and I'm like, yeah, I do like just leveling characters for funsies. So, but again, actually, it has not been working really well because of my internet, so I haven't been able to do much except make a new Draenei Hunter for funsies. Okay.
Last one I want to bring up here, because I haven't had a chance to talk about this anywhere, so I just wanted to like give it a shout out. Little Goody Two Shoes. Have you seen anything about this?
That's just me.
This is something that Jeff actually retweeted about like a while back, because he's like, this looks like a DS game or something like that I saw back in the day. What it is it's a game that it's like an indie game. Like RPG Maker stuff, right? You're familiar? There's like a whole subgenre of like RPG Maker, like horror games that are like big on Steam and stuff like that. This spun out of one of those. This is actually the prequel to one of those. But it's interesting because it's being put out by Square Enix's indie label, the Collective, I think. Mm-hmm. It is a beautiful game, Mike. I don't know if you can like pull up the Steam page or something like that. It's very 90s anime inspired. You think
Little
of like
Goody Two Shoes?
Little Goody Two Shoes. It's like Bubblegum Crisis, that sort of like 90s ass anime aesthetic. And it mixes that with like everything has a CRT filter over it. It has like some Alice in Wonderland vibes with like the graphics and everything. It's very interesting. And what it is as far as I can tell, because I only got a little bit into it, it's like sort of like a psychological horror thing, like sort of Alice in Wonderland-y, where like, it's like, hey, everything's nice because I'm Little Goody Two Shoes, and then something twisted happens, like something's just like off. Like, I don't know if this was intentional, but like I was walking up the road to her cabin, and like you see her laundry, but all you see is like pants and socks, so it like kind of looks like someone's being hanged or something like that. Like it's sort of like everything's a little twisted there. So it's interesting. I'm interested in firing this up. It's hella gay, which always a positive. You're just a girl who wants to smooch all the other girls in town, so if you want to get your dating sim on, it's there for you too. I don't know. I don't even know how to classify this really, other than it is like RPG adjacent. It's really cool. I'm digging it so far. I'm looking to put more time into it. That's another one where I got up to like the end of the demo area, but I do have the full game, and I'm looking forward to checking it out more. And like once things settle down a little bit, like end of December or something like that.
Yeah, it looks really interesting. Like you said, Steam Deck verified, and it does just have a demo. So
exactly. Yeah,
you can give it a chance there.
There we go.
Cool. Why don't we read the rest of the super chats here and start wrapping up? How's that sound?
Sounds good. Let me pull them up over here. And the last one was Shiggy. So we got J. Arthur saying 2007 has one of my favorite games. We need to mention this. Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn.
Oh gosh, yeah. I have Path of Radiance. I still want to play through that. That's what sucked about this year being amazing, is that I barely got to play any retro games, and I love playing retro games, right?
Yeah.
Like I've been acquiring this GameCube collection and actually a decent amount of Xbox and PlayStation 2 games. I wasn't really able to play a whole lot of them because it was really just spending all my time catching up with new releases this time. So hopefully maybe next year I could spend more time catching up on things like Path of Radiance and maybe Radiant Dawn also.
Yeah, I do want to get back to some of those older RPGs that I haven't played. Like I've never played Pokemon XD. I played Pokemon Coliseum, but XD Gale Darkness I know is like divisive, but I kind of want to check that out. Yeah. So it's like GameCube era RPGs, sure. Seraphis Kane says I put it in the Discord post, but you only read the first half, so here's $5 to point out that Bleach DS is developed by Treasure, so you know it's good.
Oh. I'm sorry, Seraphis.
Sorry, Seraphis, but also thank you. Really appreciate that.
Thank you, appreciate it.
But yeah, definitely. I mean, if it's Treasure,
neat that Treasure did it.
Yeah. From William, do you know more about Project Suerte from Xbox? No.
No, I don't know much about that.
We're not Jeff, so
Jeff,
maybe.
I feel bad. I don't know if Jeff knows much about that himself, but no, I don't know much about that at all. Project Suerte,
Suerte. Yeah, sorry,
it's like luck in Spanish.
Yeah, maybe we'll.
Oh, this is that Monster Hunter like thing for certain affinity.
Oh, the Monster Hunter thing. Yeah, no. I don't think I don't think we know anything that Jeff hasn't said elsewhere. So if you're up to date on that, I think you're up to date there.
I would imagine he probably doesn't have any like new info on that. I'll ask him when I see him tomorrow in person.
And then last one here is from Alan Miracle, who says it's Shin Megami Tensei Persona 3. Thank you, Heart.
Right.
She's right.
I did kind of miss. I liked it better when it actually had that. It was like a subtitle of that.
Yeah. That was always weird though, because that was actually only here in the West.
Oh yeah, right, exactly. So like I got it when they stopped doing it.
Yeah. But it's odd that they would like associate it with SMT here in the West, but not in Japan, where SMT is actually big. Like that feels odd.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
maybe they wanted to know, like, hey, there's other games of the same ilk, or like.
I mean, they did release a lot of SMT games on the PlayStation 2, so I guess like, well, there's some kind of audience for that, so we may as well put. But even
Persona was Revelations Persona on the PS1.
Well, originally they tried in the PlayStation 1 era. That's what we're gonna call Shin Megami Tensei. We're gonna call it Revelations, and that did not stick. Then by PS2, you had Nocturne, you had the Devil Summoner or Survivor game.
Yeah, Survivor.
Yeah, that was on DS.
There was like the action RPG one, and there was like the more traditional turn-based ones. There was a bunch of PS2 ones. Yeah.
I guess someone points out in chat, maybe they're piggybacking off of Nocturne, which Nocturne did get a bit of a pop.
Nocturne
did
okay. Yeah, it did okay. Huh? But yeah, for some reason I missed that. Like in my head, Persona 5, I'm still like, yeah, Shin Megami Tensei Persona 5. But I get it.
All right. Well, I do believe that's going to be it then, Mike. So should I hit the music we got here?
Hit the music. Let's get out of here. Thank you so much for hanging out, everybody. It's always nice to see everyone hang out, even if Jeff can't make it. We appreciate it. And again, sorry about that. He had a sick kiddo to take care of. Hey, don't forget, on Saturday, pretty much all during through the day there, Jeff and I are going to be with Dan Reichert and the Windbag. I'm going to have to actually learn his real name soon. We're going to be streaming from Dan's house, going to be on the Giant Bomb stuff. We're going to be getting into all sorts of gaming shenanigans. It's going to be a really fun time. We're going to raise money for the kids. Really excited about that. So please do tune in. Sean, thank you so much for jumping in there at the last moment. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah, no problem, Mikey. And of course, if people want to see what I'm up to on the internet, you can go over on twitter.com, TurboSean_. I'm TurboSean, SHAWN, everywhere else, Blue Sky, Twitch, all that good stuff. Yeah, right here on the Game S, I do Game S Jeopardy. So hey, newest patron episode is with Bailey Myers. That was a blast. So if you're a patron, you can check that out. Public episode with our pal Pandoish is up live for everyone on the public channel. And then, yeah, also doing Giant Bomb stuff, social media over there, and some editing and whatnot. Go check out the VOD that we did of Unprofessional Fridays on a Thursday. Oops, All Nicky's edition, where we ran around Call of Duty, Warzone, and... Oh, hell yeah, that was good. And Modern Warfare 3 as Nicki Minaj. It was hilarious. And then, hey, if you're like watching live or like listening early in the day, on Friday, we will be doing a Thursday night throwdown on a Friday. That's at 1 p.m. Eastern. We're going to check out the new Mario Kart tracks. So, hey, you want to play some Mario Kart? There you go. And, yeah.
Wow.
Free Columbus on Saturday. Episode 3 free.
Yeah,
hey,
we'll record episode 4 here probably next Tuesday. I imagine. I've watched the episode. I'm ready. It was a good episode. Better than episode 3. Episode 4.
Oh, let's go.
It's Alliance.
I'm excited.
It's a fun one. I am too.
So here, all you Columbros perverts can get your Columbros on. There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
It's happening. Well, just one more thing. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. See you soon.
Bye.
What is this, Jeff?
We're coming.
Damn it.
They are going to come for Zelda.
It's such a good combo.
Jeff Grubb is dead.